Hi, welcome to Monday Night Toy Ramblings. Your host, Lawrence. Thank you, everyone that's going to be here. Listen, I don't know how much there's to talk about. It has been a long couple weeks for me. Of course, I always have stuff to talk about. Am I going to make it 3 hours? I don't know today. I've been trying to give you guys 3 hours. It doesn't always happen. But we're going to do our best. You know we're going to go over PowerCon. You know we're going to go over actually turning YouTube friends into real life friends. It's kind of crazy, guys. It's been a long time, but guess what? You can actually turn YouTube friends into real life friends. And I feel like it may have happened this weekend. Um, so anyway, I'm going to do this a couple times today. I want to apologize right now for the past couple videos and the video that I'll be dropping tomorrow. I know what a scar is, and I know what a vector is. I was thinking scar when referring to the vector. I've been called out about it. Tony's already texted me about it. I screwed up. I messed up. I'm fine with it. Watch it with no volume, right? So I'll apologize a few more times because, oh my God. But hey, you know what? If you're going to go on YouTube, if you're willing to put yourself out there, people are going to call you out, especially when people don't like you, like the guy that said that I mumble throughout my video that I should put subtitles. I don't know. Maybe I do. He's like the first person to mention that I mumble, and I don't know how long have I been doing this. So I know sometimes you slur your words, but it's been a long week. I mean, a long couple weeks going from Florida, driving all the way down there, coming back up, going right into work, having the issue with my foot swelling up, to deciding to go down to a 4-hour drive down to Columbus, Ohio, to that shithole of Ohio State. Sorry, Aaron. I love you, man. I love you, Aaron. But Aaron and I had a nice talk. Aaron from Hella Dope Toys. We had a great talk about sports. I'm pretty sure we're the only person in that whole convention hall that knew sports. But either way, we had a wonderful, wonderful time. I'm gonna say this. I decided to go to PowerCon really at the last minute. Now it's a 4-hour drive, and when you've just driven 20 plus hours, it's not that bad. But I drove back that night too, and I have to say it was one of the best decisions I've made. We had so much fun. I meant to get content, do videos, do walkthroughs. Completely blew my mind. I just forgot to because I was too busy just talking with Travis and Ted and Aaron and obviously Ed and Oz and so many other people. So it was such a good time. It actually is a pretty good venue, to be 100% honest. So I did get some pictures. I really should have done more. I was taking pictures only of the stuff that we normally talk about. I really should have done more because I really didn't end up with that much, to be honest. Not a lot of toy news, but I really should have took pictures of the Mondo stuff. Wow. If you like Masters of the Universe and you like 12-inch figure scale, those Mondo figures, well, first off, you need a mansion yourself to do everything with, and then you need to have the money to afford a mansion so you can buy them. So anyway, let's say hi to the chat really quick because a bunch of you guys are in there. Hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. 24 people already watching. Let's say hi to Ray Paz, who he said he's not going to be here today. He's visiting family. I understand. I'd rather I don't know if I always want to hang out with family over my YouTubers. Masterverse Toy Hunter, David R., Matthew Matson, the moderator, Payne's Toy Samples, a wonderful, wonderful channel member. Thank you. All the channel members, thank you very much. McClocktick. In one day, I'm going to get that right. DJ Fevish, Action Figs, or Ed. Got to meet him in real life. Honestly, awesome to actually finally meet some of you guys. Thanos Copters, Super Tissel right here, PNC Games. Again, another wonderful channel member. Check out his Thursday with a Friend. Honestly, I still think that is such an interesting one because I knew nothing about it. Boba Wave. Down South 7. We got Tony Romo, the horrible quarterback, decent customizer, and a guy that's going to text me when I call a vector or scar. And then Ted Darklaw. Great to meet him. Honestly, Hella Dope Toys, I'm going to push you guys so much just because you guys are great people and you guys are working your asses off. So I absolutely love it. Let's see who else is Nolan. I've seen Nolan bouncing around a few different channels today. Hey, I hit your name, and of course it didn't come up. Nolan, Bees Battleground. Man, I wish you could have come up Saturday rather than Friday because I really would have liked to meet my arch nemesis and find a way to give you me that exclusive figure. Machine Man. Allison Troy, another wonderful channel member. Check out her Thursday with a Friend. And let's see, who else is here? Russell? I do not remember seeing your name. Have I seen you before? Have you been here before? If you have, I apologize again. So many things going on. Anyway, all right. Let me get you guys off here. Okay, so anyway, I did pick up one more than I had planned on. I wanted to go there. I was planning on getting the Valaverse stuff. You probably already seen the video that dropped. I have to say, even though I kind of bang on the drum with the a lot of repaints, I do like the Swarm/Scarabs. I think this color was awesome. I like that he said, "Hey, this is a PowerCon. This is supposed to be a Motu event, so I'm going to do it in Horde colors, and I think it's really good." And if you watch the whole video, I kind of talk about what he can do, so you can keep that exclusive, but still give that color scheme to a point. I've already apologized about the guns. All right, again, I'll apologize. 31 people here. I called the Vector the Scar. I think through the Swarm video, I did it through the golf video. Not golfing, but the weapons pack golf. And I will do it again, I believe, through the Foxtrot video because, contrary to what you guys may not realize, I did all those videos in one day. Along with the Fangor video. I needed to get enough stuff out for tomorrow because I wasn't going to have time to do it today. And let me explain. When I did get back, guys, my ankle was swollen again. It wasn't awful. But yeah, Bees Battleground quickly here says, you also said, I love the Maxims. And did you see that there was a guy made a comment about it telling me like it's a Maxim. I think you actually maybe commented on it. I love that. You just hate that. And Cobweb Collector, nice to see you. I've seen you a bunch of times. See everyone throughout the day. Hey, we're all on the same YouTube channel, so stop, say hi, visit the other YouTube channels. Make sure you like everyone's videos. So, anyway, I kind of talked PowerCon. We're going to get more into PowerCon. You guys can ask me some questions, like if there's anything that I didn't cover, because everything that I'm going to be showing pictures of, and as you know, if I try and show any type of website or anything, stuff absolutely freezes up. I'm hoping that going forward, next couple weeks, I'll be more prepared. It's just been so chaotic these past 2 weeks for me. So before we get started in some of the actual toy news, don't forget we got the merch. I got the merch, different shirts. I probably should have worn one if I would talk about it. So I get different shirts. Got the mugs. Little secret. I do leave them in the back of the video so people get an eye and they see it and they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should pick one of those up. You should. And then we got the channel memberships. Again, I haven't put any new stuff out yet. But yeah, more than likely I'll be doing some early access stuff. Once we get more channel members, we can do some personal live streams, different things like that. Again, and I'm going to have, well, wait till you see the new, I've shown you guys, this weapons rack. Wait to see the one that he brought me over today. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the video I'll be doing tomorrow for the weapons pack Echo. Woo. It's a big boy. It's expensive, but man, is it beautiful. But anyway, all that other stuff, the channel memberships, there's a video on it. Anyway, if you're a channel member, I appreciate it. Help support the channel. Yada, yada, yada. You know it. All the other YouTubers, they talk about it. Helps you do different things like Ford PowerCon, different things like that. Anyway, okay. So let's get into some of the toy news. I don't think there's too much toy news. I will say this, on the way to PowerCon, I did order 5 new Joes from Taiwan. So I should be getting them in the next couple weeks, hopefully. We'll find out if that's worth it or not. If it's not worth it, on the back end of doing the reviews and everything, I will just hold on and wait to Hasbro or BBTS Entertainment Arts or whoever gets it in. So let's start off with a little bit of McFarlane. So this popped up today. All right, you want to say hi? Okay, hold on. My apologies. Come on, say hi. Come on. All right, there he is. Oh, I know. I left you alone all day, okay? I would have brought you, but you would have jumped all over. I'm sure everyone would have loved to see you too, all right? Go play with Olivia, all right? Go see Olivia. You want to go outside? All right, we'll let you outside. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. All right, so there it is. Roman makes his appearance. He needs to go outside. Kids are here. Hopefully someone bricks something. Nice to see you. I know you were just live. I'm trying to get ready. I see Brick something on. I want to jump on his. Check out Brick stuff. Really, really good. And Brick, I got to say, you're going over all the AWOC stuff. I pick and choose the AWOC, but that new buck that's coming out, oh my gosh, it looks so good. So good. Anyway, so McFarlane dropped this. I just saw this. I gotta say, just quickly looking at this, it actually looks like a really good Hawkeye figure. You never know with McFarlane. He's all over the place, but I think this looks really, really good. Again, I don't know. Like, this is something I could see this kind of grabbing and leaving it with like a little bit of Masterverse figures that I have, or even the stuff that I still have here. Say hi to Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Hey, didn't agree with you about the Swarm Horde being an exclusive only, keeping other people from getting it. I ordered 2 from Valaverse because I'm not going to PowerCon. Waste of money. No, that's not what. No, I said that they should keep it exclusive for people that either go to the show or get it that weekend. All right. I do believe that everyone should be able to get the exclusives, but only for a short amount of time. That's my thing. And then, what I said at the end about what he could do, so people have one that looks very similar. Because I do think exclusive should be somewhat exclusive, and it is a repaint with a different head, but that head's already coming out on another one of his figures. If you didn't know that, it's already coming out on another one of his figures. So, but yeah, let's see. It would be bad business not to allow people to get exclusives without going to the. Well, yeah, that's what I said. Like, you should be able to get it for a short amount of time. Like, I don't think you should continue to restock it. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that when we get to it. How about that? I promise you. Just remind me, because I don't remember shit. Especially, I'm telling you, man, the past 2 weeks, I honestly, I sat down. I'm just gonna explain. Like, I sat down to edit the video for tomorrow. I sent this. I sent this to Matthew earlier. I have everything recorded. But I sat down to edit the video and I realized I had already done it. I just didn't upload it to YouTube yet. I'm like, that is how drained I am over the past few weeks that I went to go edit it. And I'm like, oh shit, I've already edited this. All you gotta do is upload it for tomorrow. All right. But I do think this Hawkeye looks absolutely awesome. Again, some of the McFarlane stuff, it seems like it's going to look nice. I can tell you he's not a big hit because he was giving stuff away. Even though people kept going around to get it, like I was seeing it just left out in the auditorium where people didn't want the stuff he was giving away. This is the Allison segment of new Batman that are coming now. I do believe this is the entertainment exclusive one, and there's just something that really it makes me laugh. So it's on this black and white. I don't think it actually looks all that bad, but I can't get over that he has a bat phone with a selfie stick. Now you can't not see it if you didn't see it already. That is a bat phone and a selfie stick. And he's clearly taking a selfie of himself. And I just can't. I couldn't get over it. I saw it. I'm going through it. And I'm like, oh man, that's. So maybe I'm the only one that saw it. Maybe I'm just at that point that I'm so out of it. But did I say Hawkeye? I know I said Hawkman to begin. All right, you know what? Tony, go throw another interception. But yeah, so here's another Batman. If you need another Batman, there you go. It's there for you if you want it. I actually don't think it looks bad. I mean, if you have like a black and white section of like a toy shelf, it'd be good for you. And here, look at that. That is a selfie. Look, that is a selfie stick, right? I mean, it's not just me that sees it, right? That's a selfie stick. We bitch about classified repaints, but man, I'm glad I'm a McFarlane collector. The funny thing is, a lot of them aren't even repaints. They're actually new molds of Batman. Again, the only people that complain about repaints are the ones that don't realize you don't have to buy them, and they also, they also pay for other things that are going on. And I agree with Tony Roman. The Hawkman is dope. Brings me back to my superpower toys, which has got to be a variant Hustler around the corner. All right. I do want to say hi to Woodman. Listen, if I missed saying hi to you, I do apologize. I try to say hi to everyone. Michael Flores, I agree with you, man. Exclusives should stay that way to keep its value for those that get it. So that's a topic that's probably coming next week, and that's people that collect for their they collect as their like investment for their future. But I agree to a point. Yes, I think there should be a limited window. And again, if you watch the video, I explained, hey, this is what you can do, and we're going to talk about it. I mean, we are, because I'm glad that Whiskey brought it up. So, all right, so I didn't put these up on the Amazon. I probably should have put these up in my community tab, but I had to put these in here. And I'm not sure if we've discussed them, but man, oh man, these kind of. Whew. All right, so here's all the figures. I'm going to quickly go through them. I don't know why I try and do 3 hours and why I want to go quickly through anything. All right, so here's the What If. This is Goliath. Now, he's not really Goliath, I guess. I love this color scheme. I really do. Like this could easily be used for a Cobra figure or any type of bad guy. I think it looks really good. But I just like that color scheme. The white, that blue, the silver / gray. But I think this looks really nice. Again, I'm not a Marvel Legends guy, so I won't be getting it. Here's the uh, build a wave, the build a wave part that he comes with. Uh, Secret Invasion Talos. Now, I don't know if you watched the show. Sorry, it started off good in my opinion, and it went. But I'm not gonna talk about that. And we can talk about that on Punks on Film one day if you guys want to break that stuff down or do that. But I think the figure looks pretty decent if you want a um, just a civilian in your G.I. Joe line or any line. It really doesn't matter. I mean, this isn't just G.I. Joe. I kind of became a G.I. Joe. Kind of became a G.I. Joe channel without planning on it. But I think he looks really good. I like what they did here. So the neck obviously comes off. So it doesn't, so it's hiding the human skin, the hands, the head. So you can kind of see the whole neck's gonna pop out, which I really wish Hasbro would come up with a universal, just a universal neck joint, which would again. That's what Valaverse did. So all the male figures can swap. Same with the females. If you don't break the females when you pop them off, and I've had people ask me, "Hey, do these Valaverse, do they fit the classified figures?" It's like, some do, some don't. Allison Troy, no, this is not the Owen Wilson figure. Talos is. Well, he's been in what? Not Miss Mark, Captain Marvel, I believe, Secret Invasion. Owen Wilson is in Loki. So, but I can kind of see why you might think that. I think his face sculpt actually looks pretty good. Not great. Now, the Gamora, this is a what if. I didn't really realize this when I first saw it. I thought it looked awful, but then I said, okay, this is the what if. I don't really like the face sculpt. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It looks very childish, like she's kind of like a kid, but it is from the animated. It's not Uhura from the new Star Trek. I only use that because I know Matthew absolutely loves the new Star Trek movies. He thinks they are the best, and that those are the best original cast of all time. But here's everything that she comes with. Again, build a figure. For some odd reason, they're so scared to give extra different weapons, different hands. You're not getting your money's worth, unfortunately, when you look at. I don't want to say that to. I don't want to say that because Hasbro hears that. Next thing you know, they're all about well, then we can't give more than G.I. Joe because now people have already realized there's more value out of a G.I. Joe. See, look, Matthew's laughing. He's like, yes, I agree. It's awesome. Like he did it twice. He likes it so much. I like the J.J. Abrams version of Star Trek. We've talked about this. So here's the face. Again, not a huge fan of it, but it's not awful when you think that it's the animated. But here's the first awful face sculpt. So this is from the Hawkeye movie. Happy Anthony. This is from Hawkeye. All right. And I don't know who the fuck this is. Because it is not the actress that plays Yelena Belova. So this looks nothing like her. Maybe if she got a facelift and had every wrinkle known to mankind pulled off of her face, but this looks awful. This is like, are they even trying? Like someone said, I feel like Marvel Legends has given up. And when I see this wave, I'm like, damn, I see this figure and I'm like, damn, you gave up. You didn't even try. It looks like Hunger Games. Looks like well, no, definitely she looks kind of puffy, like she's not missing a meal, to be honest, in that face. Um, um, but again, the body might be fine. I mean, I don't know if it's. I mean, it looks like it's a new sculpt. I'm surprised they just don't reuse the same sculpt. But here's what she comes with. Again, this is for the build away figure. Again, two fists, these batons. Again, they need to give a little bit more. Just personal opinion, especially this figure here. I'm telling you, man, like this Black Widow figure is awesome. I mean, it is absolutely awesome. It's $27 or $28 Target exclusive, which means you're gonna make even less. And they give them all kinds of weapons with that. So then this one, this is like, I'm gonna disagree. I don't think they all look horrible, but this is by far the worst. So this is from WandaVision, and I don't know what they were face sculpting. This makes the original Power of the Force from '95 Princess Leia look like a fucking model. This looks nothing like her, and the face is just awful. I mean, just look at that. Like, what the hell were they thinking? And she was awesome in that series. You definitely need it. Yeah, well, I don't know if you want this. I mean, it's awful. Like, it's just bad. Like, again, like they're not even trying. And so when I see someone say, "Hey, are they even trying?" I'm just like, dude, like I look at this, and you're like, yeah. So I don't even know why they did like this makes Falcon look really good. All right, this is like oh man, Falcon, you look really good. That new Valaverse figure, that female one, it's awful. I don't care what anyone says. It's an awful looking figure. That makes this look good. Or I'm sorry, this makes that look good. But this thing is just, I don't know. Like, how is someone not going, yeah, you know what? You have the technology. If you're spending as much money as you are and you're not going to give them, accessories and stuff, at least give like good, accurate face sculpts. Thanks, Roman, for opening the door. All right. Wait a minute. How'd he get here? He's not supposed to be there. So here's the Hawkeye. You guys happy? Hawkeye. This is the Kingpin. Doesn't look bad. I can kind of see the face in there. I can see. I'm not gonna try and say his name. It just Vincent something. I absolutely hated this guy when he was on that one Law and Order. One Law and Order show. I couldn't stand that Law and Order show. I love the SUV, whatever it is. And then you find out that he's the alien in Men in Black, and you're like, that is not the same guy. This guy can definitely transform himself, so maybe it does kind of look like him. There it is, Russell. Yeah, Gemini is the Valaverse. Her face looks like she's pooing. It is awful. So I mean, they didn't have it. They didn't have any left when I was there, but I wouldn't have bought it anyway. I think that face looks awful. Like, I mean, it makes it makes his it makes his duster look like a good face sculpt. And this poor guy, like, this is a real person. Like, he has to look at this and be like, oh, that looks really good. Like, wow. Like dude, like you can kick his ass. Like, I might have been like, dude, fucking redo that shit. Yeah, that Gemini is awful. I'm sorry, dude. I don't like anyone saying that's a good looking figure. Come on, dude. That's a valid show. Just like anyone that says the Falcon face is a good looking face. That makes you a Hasbro. But again, this, I mean, if you want this for your Joes, it might not be bad for just a a civilian. Might not be bad for someone that does dealings with extensive enterprises, because you know we're going to get them in suits, which I don't really have a problem with it. But yeah. Yeah, Brandon, I'm not gonna say that. I don't do the politics here. I like a lot of the stuff that Disney does, but I'm not doing the politics thing. You know what? They have a lot of good stuff, to be honest, in my opinion. But okay, the Nick Fury. I gotta say, I like this figure. I think this actually looks really good, and they must put all the money into this face sculpt, because I think this face sculpt is actually really, really good. Hold on. Johnny says, "What the fuck is he doing with his hands to his face like that?" Hold on. Let's go back and look, see what he's doing. There, that's his hand. He's dealing with his cuffs there. They're trying to make him look like he's adjusting his cuffs, his cufflinks. See? Every now and then I have a real answer for people. It's pretty crazy. All right, so now this gun, the two guns that he comes with, same guns that come with the Black Widow, so they're tiny. The ports are different size ports. Again, like what do you? The port size are a little bit different than some of the other guns, so you can't use the smoke effects. Let's say, I mean, you can wiggle them in to a Hasbro, to one of the classified, but I didn't really. Yeah, nice idea. It works really good with those weapons, but I'm just not a fan of that. They just didn't do a good job, but I like this figure. I think it looks really good. Both head sculpts here. You got the eye patch. I'm glad to give him back the eye patch. It's who he is. I don't need to see, that he has a torn up eye. That was addressed. I'm cool with it, but he's supposed to have the eye patch. So here he is. Again, Hasbro with the worst blast effects. I mean, you look at the first blast effect right there, and you can tell that it's already warped. It's warped in the damn picture. They need to fix this stuff. I mentioned before, these Valaverse ones here, the original Valaverse, they're hard, but they're a small little blast, and that's exactly what you want. I don't want these long strings. That's for lasers. If you have lasers, yeah, have these longer ones, but all you need is a simple blast effect. Again, I have no issues with, like this here, and this came with the new. Let me remove this really quick. So this is for the minigun, okay? It's not too big. I will say it is a softer plastic, though. But that doesn't look bad at all. It's not too big. Then you have, like, the sniper rifle here. All right? I think they did it right. All right? Of course, I mean, this is really going to give away your position, I would assume, if there's that big of a blast. But, these blast effects, they're perfect. They're simple. They're right to the point of what it's supposed to be. Hasbro is just like, again, if you're going to do them for lasers, yeah, that's different. But, I just think their blast effects are just, I don't think they're awful. They're just awful. Matthew says, I want the broken down, diminished Nick Fury for a Coco in disguise with a head swap and hat. Man, you know what? You just gave someone an idea to do something like that. Looks like he's doing the double stroke face blast. Let's see here. Are you talking about this? The stroke? All right. Okay. So this one, I don't know exactly what you're trying to refer to, but yeah, Down South says the Nick Fury is the best figure in the line. there aren't enough Samuel L. Jackson figures. This I might actually pick up because he works with like G.I. Joe as long as he's roughly the same size. But I actually really like this figure just in general. He can work so many ways with G.I. Joe, and you can see Nick Fury. I mean, seriously, Samuel L. Jackson, the guy does not say no to a movie, right? I can make a movie, and I can say, hey, Sam, you want to come be in the movie? And be like, yeah, I'll be right there. Jeffrey Smith says, I show up, and down the rabbit hole we go. Listen, it's always a rabbit hole here. So anyway, that's this Marvel Legends line. Again, not too impressed with it. I didn't even put it on my community tab for like Amazon and stuff. I should have, but again, I've been kind of distracted lately. There's so much stuff going on. All right, so this popped up. It's NECA. I don't really do horror, but I know a lot of people like the horror stuff. So this is, I believe, a New York Comic-Con exclusive. I don't know the availability of it, but it is kind of disappointing if it's something that you want and it's only available at New York Comic-Con. But it's a Ghostface, probably just a repaint. NECA tends to do that. But I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. It's got some soft goods here. He's got his little book that he's reading. And I don't know. I don't know if this is in any of the movies or this has anything to do with anything. Because I don't think I've seen past the first movie. I mean, I saw the first Scream. I can hardly remember it, other than there was a major twist at the end. And Neve Campbell is in it. And she is so... Neve Campbell to this day is so still smoking hot. If you have not watched The Lincoln Lawyer, she's in it. And you're just like, damn, woman. Like, you are just... Man, some of these women just, as they approach their 50s, or she might even be in her 50s now, they're not losing steam in how they look. Jennifer Aniston, I'm talking to you. Somehow she got hotter. All right, that's the rabbit hole. So here it is. Again, soft goods. I think it looks pretty good. Again, if you're into this, awesome. Yes, Wild Things. Yes. That was a long time ago. I'm saying like now, how she looks now. She looked good back then. She was such a wholesome thing before, or at least came off as the wholesome. So, all right. This is kind of the end of the toy news before we get into what the hell's the name of that thing? PowerCon. That's where I was just at. PowerCon. So these were pictures. I didn't see any that were loaded. What do you mean no love? I said I mentioned you right at the beginning of the show. Okay, and don't worry, there'll be a picture of you later on. That is Travis, Mr. Wonderful, Hexastag. You know what? I sat there with you, and I thought about this. I sat there with you. I could have done a whole damn video showing off the Hexastack, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't do. Again, I mentioned earlier. I don't know if you just tuned in. No love, huh, Travis? Why is it all the Travises I have to deal with? It's always a Travis, all right? Mr. Wonderful wants love here. The other Travis just wants to get on the damn show. I sat there with you this whole, for a whole day, and I'm like, dude, I could have done a short video actually showing off. Yeah, buddy. Don't roll over there. There's so much content I could have done, and I was just like, dude, I met you guys, and I didn't even care, and honestly, I just had more fun hanging out with you guys when we talked about this. All right. So, what? Just go hang out with her, buddy. Seriously, we're not even alone today. I can sit here, I can sit here all by myself, and the moment I'm talking, he knows. Wait a minute, who's the dog? Don't you know who Roman is? Here, you want to? Yeah, Jeff, are you new to the channel here? Here, Roman, come say hi. Here, come on, say hi. Come on. There you go. Hi, buddy. There you go. Look, you're on TV. Oh, you're on YouTube. That's as good as we get. All right. So I didn't see any good pictures of this or any of the stuff. Now, most of the stuff is already it's already been shown for the Valaverse stuff. So this is still the estimated price. What the hell? I don't understand. Like he said, we're announcing it. What's the estimated price? Do you not have it or not? You know, I'll mention that in a little bit, Black Knight. We know where I-75 is. You know, I bet most of you in California know where I-75 is, but we're going to discuss that. So anyway, he gave an estimated price. I found it funny that it comes up $84.99, so $185, and he was like, it's going to be somewhere between $175 and $200, and you can't get any closer. I mean, I guess you get a little bit closer to being directly in the middle. I do have to say that this thing looks pretty nice in person, and I understand it is a little bit bigger than, I think it's the 110 scale, so it's a little bit bigger. I'm still a little concerned how the figure in the back is going to sit if it's smaller than that, because it did seem like a lot of room from the picture that they showed before. Let me get rid of this. So it shows that it has, the top piece here, that's the gun turret. It's got the working winch. It's got the shovel. Now, I really wish someone could have got better pictures of this, or they would have posted something online. Hold on. I will talk about the ramen stuff once I get into my pictures, and then anything like that I don't discuss. But Ramen was pretty impressive, dude. Like, I was really impressed with Ramen, and Ace is a super nice guy. Like, really, really personable. He's walking around all the time, but I talked to him about the flip board and stuff. So here's everything. So the corner here where you see the machine gun, this is hanging out the tailgate. I've seen pictures with a figure in there, and they seem really crammed. And if this is at 110 scale, so it's going to scale down, I'm not really sure how easily you're going to be able to fit a figure in there to actually have them posing. I could be completely wrong, but I guess we'll see. But all in all, like, it really does look nice. The blast effects and just for the machine gun and especially for the missiles, they look so sweet the way they have them set up. He has it so, like the blast effects for the missiles, they're not all coming out at the exact same. But it is like they're staggered, so it looks like they would be firing like 1, 2, 3 at a time. So no, I didn't vote on the color because I'm not interested in really getting it. In all honesty, I think all the colors would look really nice. I know I made the joke last week. About not the joke, but the picture that I made with, the Vamp Mark II, the Stinger, and the Retro Stinger. I guess they used the same color. But yeah, like, it looks really nice. Now, when it's scaled down and when it's scaled to where it's going to be, we'll see exactly how it comes out looking. But yeah, it does look like an armored grocery getter, but it's interesting. And to say that it carries 10 people, I mean, it is technically true. It does carry 10 people. But, I mean, again, it's like the old G.I. Joe vehicles where you can hang a person on the side. I'm saying you can really carry 6 people. So here's all the accessories for it. Again, this is the add-on pack, which, once again, I don't believe there's any prices for it. So you're going to be going once again to, if you want this thing fully armored up the way that it can be, you're going to be paying probably close to 250 to 300. And again, when you see the size of this thing, you start to say, yeah, it's probably, probably worth that. And the fact that he's making it, and it will sell. I mean, the people that support Valaverse, they will buy it. I mean, I watched some guy, last week. I think I might even talked about it, where he was saying how, like, I don't really care about this or that, or I don't care about the vamp, and the hiss was overrated or overpriced, and I don't, I'd buy a Valaverse helicopter because it would be more accurate than the Dragonfly. And it's like, why are you even bringing this in? You're on a Valaverse page. I don't know why you're bringing G.I. Joe into it. And also the Dragonfly, G.I. Joe is like this non-realistic military. They're fighting guys with orange suits and orange shields, and like, oh man. Yeah, okay, Chaz, I get it for 150, but 180 is too much. Yes, Chaz, because that's too much, but how much are we paying for shipping to get shit from Taiwan a little earlier than everyone else? Yes, we make no sense, and I include we as in me too. And I did order from Return of the Nerds, so we'll see how long it takes to get. All right, so here's what it's going to come with. You got the turret, you got the control arm with the 50, just a base figure. You're going to have gas cans, your muzzle, the muzzle flash, and then the vehicle. Again, everything that we've already seen before. And here's Gemini. Now, again, this was sold out by the time I got there. Go watch B's Battleground. He has a wonderful video on it. Again, I think this figure is absolutely horrendous looking. Chess says, but I'm paying extra for my name brand Joes. Understand. It says, what is the first year bonus for it? It might be worth it if it comes with cool add-ons. No. There is. It's not a Kickstarter. He's making the vehicle. That is what the vehicle comes with. So this is everything that the vehicle comes with. There is no Kickstarter. He's making it, and like he said, if I sell one or I sell however he makes, they're getting made. But again, it is a pre-order, and you're gonna, if you want it, you're gonna end up spending that extra money, and he's gonna have that money that's gonna be sitting there, just like a Kickstarter in many ways, But if you want to make sure that you have it, then you're gonna get it. So, all right, and of course I have a pop-up popped up in front of me, so I can't see exactly what I'm gonna do. So Gemini here. So quickly, Beast Battleground says her plate carrier is nice. Oh, that is. Oh, that is new, isn't it? Yeah, that is new, isn't it? Yeah, but her face is awful. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I cannot look at it and just. It is an awful looking figure. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, if you like it, cool. I mean, I'm not telling someone not to buy it, But again, you cannot rag on other companies for making shitty looking figure faces and head sculpts if this is what you're going to get. And this was supposed to be based off of, from what I understand, this is supposed to be based off of the no, Falcon's cousin is still. Now this is still Falcon's cousin right here. All right, Duster is still Falcon's cousin because he's got the fat face. This is just. I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in hot water. God, I hate that. Okay, there it goes. All right, so this is the I'm sorry, what is this? The expansion pack for the figures. Now, I like this idea, but again, you're not forced to buy another figure. But again, if you want to have this face on it, now you're kind of stuck. So you got to buy another figure, then get this. I don't like screaming faces. We've all gone down to screaming Duke face. No one cares about screaming faces to an extent. Again, but Gemini, I guess her alternative head that you'll be able to buy will be a non-screaming head. I just, again, not a fan of this at all. It comes with your favorite weapon, your favorite sidearm there, Bobby. Now, again, I do like the other weapons. So I like the idea of these packs. Again, there's something to be left there for. So here we have another screaming face of Kill Switch. It is a good figure. The big rifle, which is a nice rifle. I'm not gonna lie. Again, this is gonna hurt some people's feelings, but I saw Gridiron dropped essentially this exact same weapon for $40, or I could buy a whole pack of the weapons for $13 to $15 from Valaverse, and that's where a lot of the issue, in my opinion, comes when it comes to something like our buddies over at Gridiron. You're gonna drop the exact same sniper rifle as Valaverse did for 10 times the price. So, but it is awesome. The stock is smaller, so it's easier to get them to actually pose. So I'm happy about that. But again, if you are unhappy with your kill switch, then there you go. You can add to it. I don't know. I just think this face looks awful. I think Pandora is the most overrated female figure in the line here. So this is the new Saw. I believe this is the one done by Mark II Toys. Again, is there that much different between this face sculpt? Now, this is what I don't like about this. Is I think he said 1 out of every 4. I think he said 1 out of every 4 of this upgrade pack here for Pandora will be the bloody variant. But why do I want a bloody variant if I don't have the bloody version? So then only her face is bloody? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. I'm not sure who's like making that idea up. Like, hey, let's throw in the bloody variant. So maybe someone ends up with a bloody variant head. 1 out of 3. That's even worse. I mean, am I the only one that's crazy to be like, I don't have a bloody variant. I don't have the bloody, the PMSing Pandora. Why would I want the bloody face to be on a regular body? I don't get it. Like, I don't know. That's just me, but hey, you know what? Here it is. If you want it. I like this idea because in one way you're saying, hey, you know what? Instead of rebuying another figure, you can just buy, these head packs. They come with different weapons, and you can change your figure. But unfortunately, and I think he knows, most people are going to buy another figure and armorize them. So you can kind of double dip there. So here is the one weapons. I haven't opened up this weapons pack yet. So this is the Echo pack. You can see there is no scar in here. So it does have the new saw machine gun. I don't really have a problem with the old one. I'm really interested to see how this one fits on Trigger. That's actually why I have Trigger up here, because I will be throwing it on him. Some of these weapons I just don't care for. Just my opinion. This is probably the pack that I've looked at the least, and I'm not a fan of. Hold on. So Len says maybe the blood comes on the vest also. Well, let's go back and really look. It's hard to see because I don't know why everyone that took everyone that took any pictures off the slides, not just for Valaverse, but for any of them, they came out really dim like this. It doesn't look like there is, but Len, if it does, that actually would make more sense. Um, but maybe you know what? Maybe it's just because they're only showing that the head is. Maybe you're right. Maybe the belt and the vest and everything is. So that would make more sense. It still would be kind of weird. That's the only place, but you know. She is called that time of the month Pandora. You know what they say? Nothing bleeds for 7 days straight and lives. Um, Once again, proving women are not real. Um, is that a nail gun? I thought the same thing. Hold on. Russell said, "Is that a nail gun?" I thought the same thing. I haven't opened it up, so I don't know yet. It's not. What it is it looks like a pistol. I don't know. Now I'm interested. It almost looks like a pistol that has an extra magazine on it that you can just kind of pull off and throw in. I don't know. I guess once we open it up, we'll have a better idea. But I would definitely address that. But I thought a nail gun too, um, which actually would be kind of cool to do to get a weapons pack, something like that. Was the Casket of Cruelty? I think has a nail gun, which is awesome. All right, but you get 3 more blast effects, and then you get the smoke effects. I absolutely love the smoke effects. They're so good, and I have to say this: these blast effects fit really nice in the guns. I know there's no way I'm the only one, but I know I'm not the only one, but I do believe. Well, not I do believe some of the recent weapons packs, the um, the blast effects, the shaft for it. I can't believe I said that. Yes, that's what she said. When you put it in the port, it's too loose. You almost have to use a little bit of sticky tack, and not just for the classified weapons, but also for the Valaverse. They just fall right out. I don't remember the first wave being like that though. So here's this. This is the sniper pack. Now, if you notice in these packs, these weapons, the weapons packs, he specifically put, the minigun in one, the sniper in the other, and the saw in the other one. So you're kind of picking up all the other weapons because those, in my opinion, are the ones that are drawing the attention. Like that's what people do want. The sniper is awesome. Now, I don't really care for the collapsed stock right here. I mean, the collapsed bipod, just because I feel like it's eventually going to break. Now, I don't think the weapons are nearly as brittle as they used to be. They do have a little bit of flex to it, not a lot. They do not warp. I specifically point that out. The machete here actually does have some flex, and it's not super. It's not super. What is super? It's not super sharp like the old knives and stuff that came, especially with the prototype pack. Like I could kill zombies with that thing, right? Let's see. Russell says here, I had a bunch of broken tips on the weapons blast effects. Yeah, they will break. That's for sure. Where's the streamline stapler? I think the next one there'll be a red stapler, and then there will also be a building that is burnt down. Now that would be awesome. Now, if you don't know what that's from, don't say I've never seen any movies, Matthew, because my stapler. Let's see, I got the Specs Ops pack for that AK, and the Banana magazine looks ridiculous for the females. The AK is awesome. I mention it in the next video, even though it's not. It just reminds me of the A Team. They never they just never they never had the stock on it. So I always loved the A-Team. There's no way you're aiming it, but that gun looks really good. I actually got it on the swarm horde. Yeah. Move this really quick. So, I mean, I think it actually looks really good without the stock on it. So, all right. Yeah, so I don't know all these weapons. I don't try. Okay, Anthony, I don't give a shit. All right, you and your interceptions. I don't know what a Mini 14 is. I don't know. Okay, all I know is that the gun that came with the Snow Serpent was much like it, and that's why I like that. See, look at that. Action said the same thing. I thought A-Team as soon as I saw the weapons back too. But anyway, I wanted the sniper because I wanted to know how it looked. I wanted the AK, and then I wanted this rifle right here. I like the little stub nose. There's the Vector that I called the Scar. Again, I've had a long couple weeks, and I did them all at the same time. You're probably going to hate this because I try and talk about these pistols and how I kept saying that it's when you finish ammo, but guess what? I wasn't really thinking it also could be chambering the next round. Not really thinking. So anyway, listen, I'm not, and I mentioned it, I'm not a weapons aficionado. So when I mess up the weapons and what they're called, I do apologize. I'm just trying to show you what the hell they look like. Anyway, we still gotta get the minigun. Still gotta get the minigun. All right, so here's the minigun. Bobby, did you get the minigun? Did you get this set? So obviously people want this because they want to know how it looks compared to roadblocks. So that was one of the main reasons. Bobby, you got to explain to me what this big, long black strap is because I couldn't figure it out. Is that supposed to be ammunition being run through it? Because I can't figure out what the hell it is. A matter of fact, if you watch the video, you know I kind of mentioned. So the minigun is actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'll show you guys really quick since I have it sitting right here. So the ammunition coming out looks awesome. I mean, the bullets coming out looks absolutely awesome. I mean, he said he stole that from Dwight. All right, so you can see the size difference here. All right. I have to play around with this a little bit more, but Bobby, maybe you can tell me. I feel like I can't, he has to be holding it up because of the way that the trigger is. Now, maybe it's because the J. Joe hands don't articulate. I can't believe I just did that. Maybe because of the way the hinges on the arm. But this should be laying lower. Like you should be lowering it. I have to have it up so I can have it shoot straight. And let me tell you something. You got to get these in some really good positions because guess what? These things will fall over. This blast effect is heavy. I mean, this is solid plastic. So it will tend to fall over. So, but it looks really nice. It's not that much smaller than Roadblocks, but when you try and put it on Roadblock because he's so big, he's such a big figure, and you're so used to seeing that gun, it kind of looks small on him. I wanted to put it on Trigger. The problem is that Trigger has that stupid C-cup hand on him, and I was not about to go through the base of battle hands and find the stupid trigger. So, but yeah, I can't figure out what the hell this belt is right here. So, so Bobby says, I'm guessing it'll go to a backpack down the line. Well, why would it be in here though? I was trying to figure out, like, is it? I mean, I would assume that it's supposed to be ammunition of some sort. I think I have it packed away somewhere already. I don't know where it's at. The magic of the camera, you don't see the shit storm behind me, other than all of this. Oh, here it goes. Oh, it's not even in here. That means it's somewhere in this shit over here. But I just can't figure out what it is, and it's honestly like driving me nuts. Like, I mean, what the hell is that? So, anyway, then you got the shotgun. The shotgun actually looks better in person, to be honest. The silver shotgun. Now, I do like that the bullets come off, so you can mix and match them between the two different shotguns that they have. Hold on. Like the 134 belt feeds into it. Okay, I don't know what that is. Like, I'm gonna have to look that up now. Matthew, find that out for me and then send me. What is a 134? Like the 134 belt feeds into it. I don't know. So I believe this is an MP5 right here. All right. If it's not, I apologize. I believe it's an MP5. I really do like the gun. I still think the handle's too big for their hands. And then here is the Vector, the Chris Vector, crisscross. And again, another revolver. Again, you can watch the video I just dropped. And thank you everyone for watching all the videos. Honestly, thank you so much, man. Like, whew, that I felt like Bobby B watching the Swarm Horde video just blow up. Bobby, that's what must be how you feel when you drop a video, because good Lord, it went crazy. Exactly. When I hear Chris Vector, that's all I hear is jump, jump. Let's see here. Mischievous? I have never seen you here. Mischievous? All right. It's belt-fed ammo instead of drum mag. Okay, but damn it. You know, I don't know where it's at. I tried feeding it into it. So, I guess so then what you're trying to say is because it's belt fed, you don't actually see the bullets. It's actually the belt going into it. So what happens to? I mean, I guess I'm confused with it. I guess I should just look it up. Let's see here. Johnny Reno says the M134 minigun does have a belt that feeds from the ammo pack. They can be mounted to the. Oh, okay. All right. I get what you're saying. All right. So I think Bobby was trying to say a backpack that will eventually come that feeds into it. So basically, this is hiding so basically the ammunition is running through this belt, is what you guys are saying. So the belt isn't. So the bullets aren't exposed like Rock and Roll's M60. All right. Thank you. Just look up Gridiron. At least they give you a backpack. Yes, for like $80. Oh, I love it. Okay, so the small submachine gun is an MP9. Okay, MP5, MP9, MP. Okay, is a small fucking machine gun. You know, it would be nice if they were allowed to put. They're not allowed, from what I understand, to put the actual names of the weapons, but it sure would be nice, because I'm not going. No one's gonna, mistake, these guns for real guns anyway. Okay, we've spent way too much time on something I literally have a review on that dropped 3 hours before I did this. Okay, so here is his name Colonel Siege? Something like that. I don't know. Colonel Courage, Colonel Courage. I don't know. I do like this figure. He does look pretty damn good. Okay, hold on. Matthew just sent me. Okay. All right. So now that makes sense. It just looks really. It looks really weird when you don't know what it actually is. Okay, so Colonel Courage here. I know people get mad if you say it's a knockoff of Colonel or General Hawk, but again, it's hard not to feel like it's a knockoff of something when G.I. Joe did certain things so long ago. I think this figure looks really, really good. I hate the Action Force logo or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's actually called. Um, I like the cigar. You're never going to get that in Hasbro, so you never get that with G.I. Joe. Not that I know of any G.I. Joe, but again, like we don't get like Wolverine smoking a cigar, right? Um, so I think that looks really good. This is a completely new mold. They now have new stands. Now, I like the idea of the stands. I have had many complaints about the stands, how I feel they stand out. These now all kind of plug in together. Mr. Wonderful, you better make sure that he doesn't steal your hexagon. But I'm looking at this and it's kind of like, all right, well, this is the stand. Do you still have a spot for the file card? And if people are really into having everything the same, then you're going to have to buy extra stands just so you can kind of pose them all the same. So, and it does come with, again, these really weird revolvers here. Greg here says, makes me think of the revolver oscillate from Metal Gear Solid. Well, I don't know what that is because I don't play video games, but I trust you. And this guy here, well, when you see the stuff he dropped off that he 3D printed, you're going to be like, woohoo! Digital Diarrhea says the face looks awful. I disagree. I think the face actually looks really good. Now this picture is not the best, but what we've seen, what we've seen. Again, this is just stuff he's already shown. He showed it at Joe Fest. So, and then we got Buddha. Come on, like you can't be mad at me when I say you copy off G.I. Joe when you do shit like this. All right, it's not my fault. Okay, so here's Buddha. He's got a samurai sword. I did like the fact that he gave an explanation of why he has a sword. You know, he has his Japanese heritage, but again, you can't be mad at me and other YouTubers or anyone else that says you copy off G.I. Joe when so much stuff is like, dude, like you copied it. It's not a big deal, but Colonel Siege is such a whack name. Hey, it's Colonel Courage to me, all right? Yes, and like Matt says, not Budo. That's right. All right. So, I think the figure looks really good. Again, this is the new Buck. Again, I'm not all in on Valaverse anymore. Luckily, I believe. Luckily for all of you people, I believe this guy Greg. I believe is still all in. So I'll still be getting. I'll still be doing reviews because he's gracious enough to lend me his figures if he gets something in that I don't get or he gets it in before me, so I can do reviews. So, yeah, I think this figure looks really good. It looks like he has what is it? Is it one helmet that has multiple? So he's got the big V helmet, the regular helmet, and then he's got the cool sunglasses. I don't. You know what? We're gonna get off this because this will eventually get me in trouble. So this is what I believe. This is the first of the bigger bucks that he's doing. It's just going to be a little bit bigger than the other ones, but it's about time because all their figures are the exact same height, which is kind of odd. It's like O-rings. So I like the way this figure looks. You got a new weapon that we haven't had yet. So just seeing this, it's like, all right, it's nice. We're getting some new bucks. And you look at the different magazines that it has. It looks like it has a drum barrel for it too. So pretty cool. I'll be excited to see how these things come off looking once they're done. But again, this is all stuff that we've seen. This is Atlas. Sorry, Atlas is the name because Atlas carried, the world on his back. Then you have the Crimson Shadow. Again, the Praetorian. Again, you can't say this isn't supposed to be their version of the Bat. But for me, when I use these figures as Serpentor's guys, this is perfect for me to have someone go up against the Bats. I won't be getting too many, but with them coming down to being $30, it's much more feasible. So, but he has these different shields. It looks like another type of vector, not not Scar. But again, we've seen better pictures of this. So now this looks like I wasn't there, but it looks like these are all the new weapons that we're going to be seeing that aren't dropping yet. So bunch of different weapons for, I guess this would have to be 2024 and beyond. And I would assume that they're all being done by Mark to Toys also. Some of them I really like. Other ones I'm starting to look at and go, all right, you know what? I know you got to have new weapons. You're having Mark redesign the ones that you didn't like, but some of these, I'm not feeling. But maybe once we see them painted and everything, and see them in some of the figures' hands, you'll be like, this is pretty awesome. I do like the flamethrower up there, and the flamethrower effect. So that's actually pretty cool. So sidebar. So this flamethrower looks like it doesn't have a backpack, but it looks like it has a canister on there. Well, there was someone that was really upset that Ripper had the Jaws of Life, but didn't have the backpack to run it. And I want to believe that it was Shark Eyes that actually called them out and said, hey, you know what? The new Jaws of Life actually have a pack built into it, so you don't have to have that. Anyway, and it looks like he's going to come out with grenades and smoke grenades. If you guys want grenades and smoke grenades, hit me up. I can sell you a whole bunch. And they look really nice. So here's the new stands. As you can see, they kind of all kind of connect together. Yes, Shark Guys, I know it was you. That's why I said your name. No. Another channel member. Another happy channel member. Remember, happy channel members. Become a channel member. Be happy. Anyway. So I like this idea. I mean, again, you're kind of taking the idea off of what what's the company that's making the G.I. Joe, the 4-inch G.I. Joes. Same concept, so you're going to be able to plug them together. They're not hexastack, so they're good. Yeah, I mean, they look tacky compared to the old B. I agree with you if you're looking at just having them stand there. But if you're going to be putting them together, because it looks like it's going to be like a dirt, like you're in the dirt, then it might work. Again, I guess until we see the color of them and everything. Hiya, thank you. Hiya. Yes, this is much better. Punk, hey, you did say, I think it was Shark. You're right. Okay, I did say I think it was. Because I didn't want you to go coming back going, no, it wasn't me. I knew it was you. All right. I think that's the end of that slide. All right. So, Whew. Wow, I turned that into an hour and 20 minutes. I didn't have shit either. All right. Yeah. Pain, those are the new Vala stands. And you can see they're all gonna kind of plug in together. I don't even know where the other. Oh, sure. Listen, if this stand plugged in, if they plugged in like that, I thought this would look awesome because it looks like you're walking on like a metal grate or different things like that. I thought that this would be actually awesome, but you can't plug them in together. If you could, it would look awesome. But unfortunately, he didn't do it. Now it looks like he's trying to make it. Now it looks like he's trying to make it so you can kind of connect, and it looks like it's supposed to be like dirt and whatever. So, as quickly, I want to say hi, Sergeant Reds, the best toy store in Michigan. Sarge, just so you know, two people, Dan Larson. He noticed the Sergeant Red shirt, and then, as I mentioned in on Instagram, there, the guy from Four Horsemen, he saw the shirt. He asked me if I was there representing you, and asked if you were there. And I said, "Do I get a discount?" And I said, "No, I'm not representing him." But he told me I don't. Just so you know, I wore the shirt, and someone else recognized it too, but someone who wasn't anyone noticed the Sergeant Reds. Oh, Justice Curry did too. He noticed that also. He's actually sent you I do believe he sent you a picture. Anyway, that's it. If you're in Michigan, you got to hit up Sergeant Reds. So anyway, okay, so let's get to actual PowerCon. And I hope all the PowerCon guys are here. Well, I talked to him for a little bit. I don't. Their stuff was already discounted, like a lot. They were discounted a lot. So no, I did not try on Olivia's shirt. She did ask. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "He gave me a shirt. He gave me a shirt and then said, 'Hey, what size is Olivia?' And threw the shirt at me and said, 'Give this to her.'" All right, so I hope the PowerCon guys are here. So I met Travis, met Mega J, obviously the Helltope guys, Ted, Aaron, Ed, who I spent a lot of time walking around. I met Casey from Podcast from the Pit. So, and I did not wear. Yes, it was a gentle toss, or she probably would have hurt me. I didn't wear my own Punk with Toy shirt. I didn't want to attract the wrong attention. But there were a few people that did recognize me, which I still find kind of, I don't, it doesn't bother me. I get it from skateboarding. Hey, aren't you punk rock skate dad? But I guess I'm not expecting it. I mean, I was there for maybe 10 minutes and I hear someone say, "Oh, I'd recognize a punk anywhere." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like, so it is cool. It's cool. I'm starting to get recognized, I guess, in the community. It means people are actually watching. Thank you. I don't know who wants to listen to me, but God bless all of you that that do. But just hanging out with Travis, Aaron, Ed, Ted. That was weird. Mega J and his brother. Who I don't know why that guy just doesn't have his arms like in every single video. Mega J's brother is like jacked. He's jacked. Oz, Emerald City, I believe it's Emerald City. Again, so many people that you just kind of get to talk to, get to meet. Talk to not Jason from Spiro, but one of the other designers. A guy that's like as tall as me. But anyway, let's get into what I saw at PowerCon, and then we can talk about some other things that again, like I didn't take pictures of everything. I really should. I thought I actually took more pictures, but there's just so much stuff, and when you're actually thinking about like talking to people and people that you've met that you've become friends with. So let's see here. Share a screenshot. The window. And share this. All right. So this was everything that I ended up picking up. So you're gonna see pictures in next. So there's this little scare glow. It looks like a Garbage Pail Kid. You see the Firefly. It's like a Garbage Pail Kid. I now have it up here. This guy was between Travis and Hella Dope Toys. And let me tell you something. I had to remember what booth he was in. I look up the booth. I'm walking down the aisle. And what I see is a bunch of skateboards that were printed like this. Now, I wasn't going to spend $70 at the time, but man, did I want to pick some up. Because I got to say, they're like really nice. I guess, you know what? Hold on, let me go back over the pickups. So yeah, so I picked that up, the little pid here. It's a scare glow. I don't believe it glows in the dark. I finally got Blight. The cosmic legions. What are they called? Yeah, cosmic legions. Sorry, John. They were like $10 cheaper. Like all their stuff was like really like. I guess it's because it's pretty much their con now. That they bring their prices down. So, and then obviously the Valaverse stuff. Which you guys have pretty much already seen. So, but this guy, like, he had such really cool stuff. He had pins, all the skateboards, which of course I'm just like gravitating to. I'm just gravitating to all the skateboards, and of course they have G.I. Joe and Motu, and you're just like, my God, I could sit here and just spend $1,000 easily, and then figure out where where I'm going to put them. So I was trying to get all the boards. I was like, hey, do you mind if I take a picture? I don't mind. Can you move? But I said something to Travis. I'm like, dude, you're right next to the skateboards. He's like, that's how I keep finding this place. I looked at the skateboards. Yeah, Eddie Salvatore from Sparrow and Seven. It was Eddie. The short guy, his name was Eddie too, right? Or Ed. It was nice talking to him because he's like my height, actually looking eye to eye. But this was I didn't do a lot of the booths, so okay, I did walk by Toy. Who the hell's doing the Expanse? Nacelle. And I was looking at these, and I don't know if you guys all thought the same, but I kept looking at these like, my God, they have no articulation. I talked to them. They're just the paint masters. The arms and everything will be, completely articulated. And he did say that they're going deep into this line. So if you're a fan of The Expanse, I even told him, I'm like, you know what you need to do? What I'm like, you need the Battlestar Galactica, the latest Battlestar Galactica that they did, the one on Sci-Fi Channel. I'm like, I would be all in on those because I love that show. Action. I bought some of his Garbage Pail Kids pins. I kind of felt bad for him. Like no one was really talking to him. And when I see stuff like that, like, I mean, yeah, it's certain things that I like, and we grew up on Garbage Pail Kids also. But it's like, it was like at $10 for a print, $10 for the pin. They're very unique designs. And they all fit in with that con there. But yeah, so if you're looking at these Expanse figures, they are going to have actual articulation. I was worried they weren't going to. But they are. So So this is the Mythic Legions. I apologize for the glare, but it's hard to get a lot of good shots. Um, they put on a hell of a booth here. Man, for something that doesn't have as much articulation as I would like in most figures. And again, I understand the sculpt, the paint. I actually really can't wait to get these open and do the reviews. It probably won't be for a couple days. Considering I also think, according to John here, that my new Gargoyle should be in. So I went from thinking I'm not going to get anything this month to having all kinds of shit to all kinds of content to make. So they just put on a wonderful display here. It's kind of hard to see. Well, I guess depending on how big your screen is. I have this as large as I think I can make it. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit larger. You don't really need to see me. They just look so awesome. And their display is absolutely wonderful. And like just getting back from, Florida and Disney and everything, like you see stuff like this, and it kind of reminds me of like the Men in Black and everything, that ride. And I don't know what all these figures are, but man, you just see them. They put on a wonderful display, and their price point. Almost all their figures were about $10 cheaper than if you buy them in the store. So they do a really good job of, well, first off, getting you in to get some. I really didn't plan on buying any, maybe one. But once I found out they were a little bit cheaper, I said, all right, you know what? You'll get me, and then I'll probably end up buying more from, John at Sergeant Reds. But yeah, their display was wonderful. They did so damn much. And I would say they had the biggest booth. Ed, would you agree with that? That they probably had the biggest booth, and then they had piles and piles of figures. Like they were prepared because, again, without Mattel being there, Mondo may have had a bigger booth. Without Mattel being there, I would say it's pretty much PowerCon is really their. It's kind of like their show now. You can kind of say Mondo because of Mondo's. God, I really wish I would take pictures of the Mondo stuff. Their stuff was absolutely amazing. Who had the biggest boobs? I'm not sure. Lone Dragon. But I mean, again, these displays are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So, and then they had this big giant. I think it's an ogre. This is the one that had action face. That's just action. Maybe he doesn't want people to know who he is. He's like, I need to find one. Like, I guess they had him for like $60 there. And he said they were going for like $130. Quickly, I want to say hi, and thank you to It's Chad. Yo, here's a super Chad for you. Hey, that's actually pretty funny. He goes by It's Chad. It's articulated Chad. I don't care what you say. I like articulated Chad better. I really do. So I'm always going to call you articulated Chad, to the point that people are like, who the hell is this guy? Thank you very much for the super chat. It is much appreciated. But this was like their big display. If you needed to find where the Four Horsemen were, boom, like there it was, man. Like you couldn't miss them. And so here's a few of the other things: the Headless Horseman, their Santa Claus, or I don't know what it's called exactly. But man, looked really, really nice. And then they had their head. I think they put this head in because this was specifically in what is the what's that HBO show that this was in that HBO show. So I think they definitely wanted to show this off. I wish I could think of it. Such a good show too. I don't have HBO anymore, so. All right, so who was asking about ramen and how the ramen toys looked? So I gotta say this: the ramen toys looked really nice. Everything from ramen was really, really nice. There's no doubt about it. Uh, Ace was really nice. The rubber on the wheels, it is rubber, but they're not like big. They're not soft tires. Like it's pretty much, I would say, just enough rubber so it's not going to make noise. And you can say that it's rubber, but I wouldn't say it's like a big rubberized tire or anything like that. But they had the flames on it. They did have they did have their Ghost Rider in it. So, I mean, it's a big FU to Hasbro. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But if Hasbro's not going to make it, someone else is going to make it. And again, what I'll go back to is that so many people are upset over the price. This is $250 shipped, but I don't think you get everything that comes with this. So it's hard to say for sure. I thought it was more than this after shipping, but maybe I'm just completely wrong. But it looked nice. It looked nice. Here's the Dukes of Hazzard Charger. Now, I doubt it would come like this. I have to say, you know, he said he's on the fly. I was listening to him talk to somebody. He said he's on the fly. This is a last minute thing that he came. But like the front tires were like bent. So I'm assuming this is still a Paint Master. The front tires were kind of like bent out, like almost broken. And I think it's maybe because he's been going, you know, from con to con. But the orange, I mean, it fits perfect. I mean, you want your General Lee, there you have it, you know. And he had a Roadblock. Yeah, I gotta forget who the other figure in. I forget who the other figure. So he's able to fit Roadblock in, and we know he's the biggest GI Joe buck on it. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Jumping too many creeks. That's that is right. Jumping too many creeks. I always love the A-Team and the Dukes of Hazzard. Like when you'd see the jump and you'd watch like the hubcaps bust off or the grill get smashed. And the next thing you know, it's perfectly fine. It's driving away. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, they're 1/12 scale. Yeah, so they're meant for your 6-inch figures. But again, the biggest issue with the General Lee is, man, you gotta have, in my opinion, you gotta give us Bull and Luke Duke. At least Coy and Vance at the least, right? You gotta at least have Coy and Vance. If you're not gonna give us Bull and Luke, you gotta get the rights to Coy and Vance. I mean, you know who Coy and Vance are? Well, be happy because it's like John's replacement from Chips. So here's Flipor. Now, if you remember, this kind of started from Mad Hatter. So this is actually a Mad Hatter action figure. He has this alter ego of being Flipor, and somehow they got into it. And this is a completely new buck. This is a complete buck. It looks like Master Universe Origins, but it is. It's called Flipor. He said he's going to be taking. He said he's going to be taking pre-orders, probably about $40. But Coin Vance was horrible episodes. They were so bad. The fact that they brought in two cousins that looked just like them, they could do the exact same things as them, and would drive it while they were having their dispute over money. It's so bad. You know what? TV executives, they just think you can just throw anyone in. Like, we watched for the General Lee, but we also watched for Bo and Luke Duke. We didn't care about coin vans. Again, it went back to like the chips, man. Like when John realized Ponch was making more money and he sat out and they brought in, I think it was like John's cousin or something. The same thing. So bad. The Viper Scout says, coin vans what happens when the studio doesn't want to pay their actors. Yeah, that's exactly it. You'll probably get like Travis. Travis could be the new Luke Duke. Yeah, I went there. We all watched it for Daisy. There is no doubt. Maybe some guys watched it for Cooter. Hey, and Flash. Don't leave out Flash. But anyway, this thing again, I will more than likely I will back this for $40 and whatever the shipping is going to be. I just think it's really cool. It does support another YouTuber, Mad Hatter, who is absolutely hilarious. If you don't follow him, you need to give it a second. Give it a second. What the hell am I saying? You need to give him a follow. Check it out. So here is the not mask stuff. They look really good. There's honestly everything looked really good. I think this is all that I got. I wonder if I might have got the aviators. There's some mask figures. Again, if you like Mask and you are going to sit there and wait for Hasbro to finally make it, I would stop holding my breath and back this. I do believe that's like 160 though, 170. It's expensive, but it's well worth it. Everything that I've seen. Okay, I've actually never had any of the Ramen stuff, but everything that he had looked really, really nice. And while I was here, I talked to Kato. I guess Kato is such a nice guy. Some Kato's collection, Kato toys. I talked to him for quite some time. It's kind of funny when you talk to people in person, you realize a lot of people feel the same way about certain products that you do. All right. So here's the aviators. Now, I'm not going to lie. Now that there's no Maverick, I don't want these anymore. When there was Maverick, I wanted Maverick. Even though that clearly, these two guys are clearly from Top Gun. One is obviously the one Rio, and this is the, I believe he was the commander. I can't think of his name. But yeah, you can tell that figure is supposed to be the Maverick because he's shorter than the other ones. Or at least he looks shorter than the other ones, right? And we know Tom Cruise is shorter than everyone other than me. Yes, Tom Skerritt. Thank you very much, Shark Eyes. And it clearly looks just like him. Hey, listen. I'm not going to dog you for not knowing Mask because there's a lot of things I haven't seen. Go watch the Mask cartoon. You will thank us all later. I think everyone will agree. Mask was awesome. It was such a cool concept. It is a cool concept, and they are expensive. Action says here, Ace had the Maverick head with his decals there as a gift if you bought this pack at PowerCon. Oh, I didn't know that. But I wasn't going to buy this. The 175 isn't bad though. I didn't even realize. I didn't talk to them about pre-ordering anything. Damn it! But no, I couldn't afford that anyway. I could, but I'm not. I did not know that though. I didn't talk to him. I talked to him about Flipboard. Was really the only thing I talked to him about. I know Bobby. Bobby had said that. Bobby B. He had said he's hoping that this will fit in that they'll fit in the Dragonfly. I don't think with the aviation suits they're going to fit in the that they're going to fit in it. Yeah, I worry that Ramen will crap out on some of his stuff. I'm with you, Matthew. Like it. I mean, I don't think that he would do it on purpose. I mean, he seems like a really genuine guy, but we've seen other genuine guys that stuff happens. Like shit happens. But I'm with you, man. That's a lot of money. A lot of stuff that a lot of people are putting a lot of money behind the backing. That's like, when is this going to come? You're not Hasbro, Mattel, hell, even Super7. So, yeah. And Shark Guy says here, is the African American the black guy? Pilot's supposed to be a character from some other film. No, he's the real. I'm pretty sure he's the real that Maverick grabs and throws up and he goes, I'll fire when I'm goddamn ready to fire. Don't you remember? After he kills Goose? I mean, after Goose tragically hits the top of a canopy. um, oh wow, I didn't. Okay, so Ed just sent me the picture. Yeah. I gotta say, Ed, this looks kind of creepy. It looks like I understand it's it's Tom Cruise as Maverick in like a cradle with his helmet, but it looks like it's just Tom Cruise's head, like it's being like it's is putting not carbonite but cryogenics cryo freeze. I did not know that, and I'm kind of glad because that might have tempted me to do something that I definitely shouldn't do. Okay, so I'm sorry. Of course, I come out of Instagram where Ed just sent this to me. He has Rakondo holding, except Rakondo is actually Rakondo. Your Rakondo has Trigger's body, right? He's holding the minigun, and he has to hold it up too. It's not sitting right? Mr. Wonderful, you missed all kinds of stuff. I don't know if you missed anything good, but you missed all kinds of stuff. None of the pictures of us though. And I still haven't done our Bret Hart one yet. So anyway. Okay, so this Kickstarter, it came and went. These things are up. So these are the Defenders of Eden. This is the and again, I'm not going to get into politics because I don't give a shit what's going on between companies. So this is what I guess supposedly Boss Fight Studios stole this idea from. And then they went to I don't know if they went to the Four Horsemen, but I think the Four Horsemen is sculpting some of their stuff. So Defenders of Eden, these things are like $70, $70, $80, some of them. And I was like, I'm not spending that much on it. I like the small ones that I got for $35 from Boss Fight Studios. I see these things. I gotta say right now, the size of these things are awesome. They had Mythic Legions next to it, and I'd say the Mythic Legions come up to a little bit under the shoulder, if not even a little bit lower. They are these big, beefy guys that they look amazing. I was so blown away by them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to pick one up. And they even said like, because of the price of them, they have head packs where you can turn, let's say, like this blue one here. You can buy it with the same color scheme of like the long neck guys or any of these other figures. And then this green one here in the corner. Walking and Ed goes, Action goes, do you mind if I pick one up? And he goes, well, they're just paymasters, but he's like, okay. And he picks it up, and the guy, I'm watching this guy's face, dude. And this guy, I don't think you noticed his face. He was fucking scared shitless. And he goes, I haven't even picked that one up yet. And because it's a paint master, like like the legs like kind of fell. And holy crap, like I'm watching this guy. And I even said to the guy, I'm like, dude, like your face was like, oh my God. Out of all the ones that he decided to pick up after, and he did ask. After he did ask, I was dying, man. But these things look so awesome, and they're not the same size as the Sorzorg Warriors. They're like twice the size, but they are going to have humanoids. They said, and I believe again. I don't know if Boss Fight Studios. Boss Fight Studios, I don't think they're doing anything for them. Mythic Legion's doing anything for them. But they're going to be based off those figures. Yes, he did. Yes, he did survive. He survived, but man, that guy was like. I wish I had video of that guy's face when you picked it up, and you did ask. Okay, you did ask. So you not like you just grabbed it, but and then we like you set it back down and you kind of like posed it. So he fixed it. So I like Boss Fight, despite Valaverse hate for them, but that's cease in this own stuff. You know what? Again, I don't want to get into the bullshit. You know. You know, I don't even get into this shit. Oh man. But these things are awesome looking. And so here's like some of the new sculpts that they have coming out. They just this here could be, in my opinion, if they do it right, the next Mythic Legions. They were that damn good. They looked that good. In my opinion, I was more impressed with this than Savage Crucibles. So here's some of the other stuff. So here's a Mythic Legion. And again, they were just showing. They wanted to show the size of what it's going to be like those. But yeah, so I'm probably going to end up getting at least one. But they even were saying, like, these are great because let's say you don't even collect, you don't collect this, collect this line, you can, fudge it into other lines where you want to do something with against the Mythic Legions or against your G.I. Joes. It kind of felt the exact same way. And I'm like, that's actually awesome. That's why I like the AWOC. They're bigger, but they're not, like, too big. So, and like, just look at it. Like this thing looks amazing. I mean, if they were selling one for like $60 there, I probably would have picked it up right there and been like, all right, I need to have one of these. I said, I don't know, Savage Crucible. I'm not putting down Savage Crucible. Not at all. I'm not putting down Savage Crucible at all. I'm just saying, looking at these, they are just imposing looking figures. Like, absolutely awesome. Here's a few more of them again. But I like the fact that they're selling the head packs. So, like I said, you can make any of these figures. If you like the design of their bucks, like you can buy the head packs and change them. I know I kind of bitched about the Valaverse is kind of doing that. But he said because of the price point, we fully understand that. So, Vala canceled my order after I called him a bald-headed fuck after Laser Plants knocked me after POA. Well, I mean, this is not surprising. I don't know why you called them that, but but yeah, I agree that eating dinos were better looking than Savage Crucibles, at least what they showed at the con. Exactly, and that's all that I'm saying. And I think putting them next, like putting the Mythic Legions right there, like boom. I thought it looked awesome. Like I thought they really did a great job. So again, I'm not trying to put down Savage Crucibles, but I was a little unimpressed by Savage Crucibles from what I saw. Like Roman just made a noise too. He thought so too. And I ordered one of the Savage Crucibles. So there's another picture of them. Again, they just look really cool. But like I think like $60 or $70 each. And I'd have to look on BBTS what they're going for. You know, there's no way we go with all of them. I guarantee you their legs will be more sturdy than the one that Ed picked up. All right. The Gargoyles here. Now, they had some of the Gargoyles. Nothing was for sale. So, this is one of the cool things that I know when I was talking to Hella Dope Toys. They're kind of aggravated, and I don't blame them that some, you know, like they're bringing some stuff and other people are like I said, like NECA, you know, NECA isn't selling their product. They're just showing off the product. So any of the vendors that were selling NECA didn't have to worry about NECA like selling it for $5 or $10 cheaper. Like, I don't know who's going to buy the Mythic Legions when I can, or Cosmic Legions or anything, when I can go over to the, you know, the Four Horsemen and get every figure for $10 cheaper. So this is the Broadway. This is the cover. They didn't have them out, but they did have the box out. This is Arma Xanatos, which should be in this week. I'm so glad. I'm like went from thinking I'm going to have absolutely nothing to PowerCon, this coming in. Maybe I'll get the stuff from Taiwan. If not, it's going to be a big month next month too. And then here's the Xanatos and Alyssa. Now, the figures were in the boxes here. They look really good. No more, in my opinion, from what I can see, no more NECA and really crappy plastic that everyone kind of complains about. They look really nice. Although she doesn't come with a gun. She does come with trigger fingers, and luckily for me, I got a whole bunch of guns now. I already had a whole bunch of guns. And this guy, he wasn't in the box. You know what's funny is I think I might have said it on one of the live streams. I've gotten to the point where I have so much stuff, or I've done so many different things. I had done a bunch of Gargoyle reviews, and I went downstairs to reset them up, and I was freaking out, looking all over for this figure, and I couldn't find him, and I'm freaking out, like, where the hell is he at? Where the hell is he at? And then it hits me like, oh my god, dude, like, he's not even out yet. Like, I've shown him off so many times, talked about it, that I'm thinking in my mind that I have him and he's not even out yet. That's how much time this YouTube can do to you, man. Now they have these two out. Now this is a 2-pack. I don't really understand completely what the purpose of having two of them with the draped wings are. It's essentially the exact same figures. Now they changed the head sculpt. I know I talked about this at San Diego Comic-Con. But this is just a better picture. So they're going to have 3 different face sculpts here, or 4 different face sculpts. So you just kind of swap it. I do want to mention, so the Broadway, I know Matthew had mentioned. So the Broadway here. Oops. Yeah, so the Broadway here, it is going to be an exclusive. I think Matthew was the one that had mentioned it. But they didn't know. They didn't know like where, if it's going to be a con exclusive or just a NECA exclusive. They said it will be available. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to pay probably an arm and a leg for shipping on it. So here's Xanatos. Here's all the figures. They look awesome. I'm so again, Hasbro has pretty much said, you, my friend, can buy classified, and we'll let you buy Gargoyles because you really wanted to go in on that. So, but they look awesome. Like, I was seeing this stuff in person. You know, I think we all know. All right. So I still am skeptical of all of this. I'm not gonna lie. On Mega J show, when I was on, I said I didn't think this thing was gonna fund. I didn't even hit the 3,000 mark. Everyone disagreed with me. Obviously, I was wrong. If you set a score with Mega J for a Coke, you need to get him a Coke, not a Pepsi. Uh, I'm still skeptical of this. It sat at like 2,100, and then it jumped 1,000, and they said, "Well, we opened up the international orders." And I know people trying to explain to me how like they can't add the international orders right away. I don't know. Computers fucking work in every goddamn country, right? So I don't know how like you have to add international orders later. But anyway, it jumped. It hit the 3,000 mark. Another person that I was speaking to said there was no way they were going to let this fail. I went, exactly. Because it jumped and then it hasn't moved since. It hasn't moved since. So I'm skeptical. I think they wanted to push this. I'm going to say this right now. We know this thing is big. I say all the time. I say all the time. When people talk about wanting a classified scale flag, or even a HasLab flag, a HasLab flag for O-rings, right? I said, have you ever seen a flag in person? They're huge. A lot of people haven't. They don't realize the size of it. I knew this thing was big. When you see it in person, holy shit, it is so big. And the head, oh my God, it is so damn big. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, but unless you want unless you want the cat slayer to be size of your shed in your backyard, you're not going to get in scale with that. But I will say this: Ed and I were talking about it. You might be able to fit, or at least make it look like it's coming out. The original ThunderTank might be the size of that paw. Those paws are so big. Again, I'm always the first person to say it's not as big as my USS flag that I had as a child that's sitting in my basement. When you see this, and I even sent Matthew a text, I'm like, this thing is so fucking big. The way that the back doors, the mountain swings out, it obviously just adds to it. But the head is just so big. I'm telling you, until you see this thing in person, you don't realize how big it is. Now, I know it's $650. It's really $750 because you can't get out of paying shipping. It's not like if you live in California, you can shoot on down and pick it up there and save on shipping. You're paying $750. So this thing is $750. If it comes out, and again, I don't trust Super7. That's why this is the only Super7 thing that I even have here. If it comes out looking the way it looked here in person, I'll say that people are getting their money's worth. And that is hard to say for something that's $750 for a toy. But it is just massive. It is like, again, you know it's big. And then when you see it, you go, oh my God, that thing is gargantuous. And here's the back. And even in the back, like you kind of see it. I understand, like, Super7 are true at least 7-inch scale figures. I should have got a side. Even the side, like, until you see it in person, Ed will tell you, like, yeah, yes, I could live in it. That is right. I could live in it. It's that big. the way the head sticks out, it's just so big, man. So listen, if you back this and you get what they're showing, and I'm still skeptical of that because you know my feelings on Super 7. I'm gonna say you're gonna get your 750 worth. It is a very nice looking playset. And once again, proving that I can be unbiased and tell you what I actually think. But when I came around, I'm walking down the aisle and I saw it, and I didn't even know it was going to be there. I saw it, and I'm like, I literally just said, "Holy shit, the thing is huge!" Like it just, the pictures that you're seeing here, all the pictures that you're seeing, do not do it justice at all. All right, enough of Super 7. A-Walk. I gotta say, man. So I like the A-Walk figures. I'm not all in on them. Again, just too many repaints. And again, I'm not into all these animals, but I think they're wonderful figures. I think these figures are made wonderful. If you gave them to a 5-year-old kid, they would not be coming to you in 5 minutes saying, I broke it. Now, some of the swords, they may say I poked an eye out because they're kind of stiff, but yeah. Yeah, A-Walk Village confirmed. The village is awesome. Like everything looks awesome. No, it's okay. Sorry, I had to leave for a minute. Dude, listen, you guys have been busy for quite some time, man. Like, I thought they put on a really good display without being one of those like, look at everything we have. Like, their new stuff was just kind of mixed in with it. And once you like kind of point it out, they're like, oh yeah, and this is coming out. And I did talk to them for quite some time. They did a good job of mixing and matching a lot of different things here. There is actually a figure in there that has a He-Man, the He-Man chest plate and everything on. Trying to think of which one it was. It's actually this one right here in the doorway. He is wearing some Master of the Universe stuff. I was talking to them for quite some time. Ed, the short guy, his wife is from, I think he says, she's from close to Grand Rapids. So these are the new figures that are going to be coming. This hyena right here looks so good. Like I will definitely be getting hyena. This new buck here, completely new sculpt. So the blue guy, and this is supposed to be. And who is he? You would know who it is. Payne. Okay, you can do it. Payne says A-Walk Village challenge accepted. Well, you know what? I look forward to seeing it. You know what? You have pictures right here. You want me to send you the pictures? I will send you the pictures so you can kind of try and do it yourself if you want. So this hyena looks awesome. It looks better than, in my opinion, I think any of the figures. It just, and we just saw hyenas while we were at the Animal Kingdom, so you realize like what disgusting, ugly creatures they are in a really cute way. But then these big guys in the back. So there's two of them, obviously the same bodies but different heads. This is supposed to be. I don't know his name because I don't know other names. It's not Blight. I forget what his name is. Anyway, it's supposed to be when he goes feral. He just looks awesome. He's bigger, but not too big. He's bigger, but not too big, and he just looks so awesome. And then you got this like lizard guy over here. He pops out too. So they just did like these figures that they show off. Okay. So that's Kali in his roid rage. Yes, that's what it was. Kali. And I didn't realize that. And again, I don't read the comic, but Ed was telling me, not Action here, little Ed. He was telling me that, yeah, this is him being all feral and everything, which I think is kind of funny because he's just so much bigger. Cap, I don't know it, but I will say this: go check out Brick Something, and someone else will fill in. Brick Something does something with, I don't know. I follow him on Instagram and on YouTube. He doesn't follow me though. Someone will film it. They actually break down the whole story. They read the comic kind of like story time, like with their kids and everything. But there is a story, and from what I understand, the comic and everything is supposed to be really, really good. Okay, so look here. So a new a nudity. Is that how you say it? Comics are great. Only $2 on the Sparrow site. Highly articulated. Thank you. Someone tell Highly Articulated he should follow me on Instagram. I've like chatted with the guy before. It's one of those things where you just realize you're not following someone or whatever. But these figures, if you gave them to a 5-year-old, they would come back in one piece. They would not bring them to you like they're broken. All right. So here's a look at the figure. Again, you can't really grasp the size difference with the other ones. And again, these figures are one right here. Oh, you know what? You guys can't even see me. So the regular figures are, they're bigger anyway. Here's the Valaverse figure, so it's classified as close to the same. Those figures are a little bit beefier, and they're awesome. They really look good. Action had actually he mentioned it to me before he even made it there about it. So again, same head sculpt. Or similar head sculpt, I guess. He doesn't have the mohawk. Again, just looking really good. Some new armor, some different armor. They do a lot of mixing and matching. So here's the lion. I think the lion looks really good. It is a lion, right? That's a lion's mane. Mane, not mane. Inu Tabby, if I was there, I'd be working in the booth with Kato. Kato was awesome. Like, dude, I talked to Kato for so long. I don't know if he knew who I was at first. I know he knows who I am now. Because I've actually talked to him on his channel a couple times. You get such a different appearance of someone when you talk to them, and I talked to him for quite some time. Then there's this guy. And I see this guy. This really stands out as a Savage Crucible looking figure, but much cheaper. Not much cheaper, but a little bit cheaper than Savage Crucible. I like this figure. I like the color. So again, and they said they're going to have some female figures coming out too and everything. So I'm sure someone else can say what Jeremy does. I don't know how Jeremy is associated with them, but I know he is somehow associated with them. I don't know if he's part owner or what he is, but yeah, Jeremy does have something to do with it. I'm sure someone like Payne or Action could probably tell you exactly what he has to do with it. But I know he's always promoting it and doing something with it. So here, yeah, this guy's just awesome. Like, this is my favorite figure that I saw on their line. Like, if I could have picked that one up right now, I would have picked him up over the Blight that I got. He just looks awesome. All right, so I guess he's working on board games. Oh yeah, so he does something with board games, but I don't know. Jeremy and I don't talk, so I don't really know. So then here's the Southern Gladiator. Some of these figures, they just don't do anything for me. Some of their cats on their line, I don't know. Like I don't know. They don't do it for me. I don't gravitate towards me. So, but yeah, these things look awesome. And I'm telling you right now, I said this. There's someone else that said it. This here, this company here, they are the ones that should be. These are the people that should have the Thundercats license. Because, honest to God, like, they have articulation. I feel like kids could play with them. And they do better than Super7 in the short amount of time that they've been doing stuff. Again, another Gladiator. That's the. How do I have him? Pale. He is pale. That's why I bought him, actually. Actually, I bought him because he had a mohawk and a punk. So, but yeah. So, all right. So, the Epic Hacks. So this was the base of their. This is Boss Fight Studio. This was just the first models of their 6-inch figures, and I'm just saying, looking at them, like they look like they're gonna have some really damn good 6-inch figures. But yeah, I was really impressed. I talked to the guy from Boss Fight Studio, really nice guy. He actually knew who I was. He was like, because he had asked me, and I told him, what channel I'm from, and he's like, He's like, I've heard you before. And he goes, Chris McLeod? And I was like, I know who Chris McLeod is. And he goes, I think he told me about you. I'm like, hold on. That's interesting because I never talked to Chris McLeod. But I thought these figures looked really good. Just the base of them and whatever they're going to do with them, I think they look really good. Again, the couple things that I've seen, that I've gotten from Boss Fight Studios, I've been really impressed with their stuff. Yeah, I have one 4-inch figure from them. I have one 4-inch figure from them, and I think it's really good, and it's a decent price point. I mean, you're going to spend, $27 to $30 on one of their 4-inch figures, but again, smaller smaller company, and everything. So, yeah, his wife works for them. But I mean, I don't know who Chris McLeod actually knows who I am, other than that I'm usually hijacking his thread with you guys. So here's some of the other epic hacks that they showed off. And again, none of these are painted yet. Obviously, they just all looked really good, and just looking at it, the articulation and everything, it looks like they're going to be good articulation points and everything. So, yeah, let's hope so. I mean, I do I need another line to collect or even pick up one? Not really. Am I willing to do it for a review for you guys? Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason why. Buff 88 just jumping in. Question about the new Valaverse weapons pack. If we own that Crimson Shadow weapons box, did we need new packs? Yes, because they're all new weapons. I mean, do we need more weapons? No. I mean, I think I even discussed that in my latest review video there. Do you really need them? No, I don't need more weapons, to be honest. It's going to be hard for me to run out of weapons. now that classified comes with weapons, and I have, a couple gridiron, I have Mark II toys, and I have all. Even though I don't have the crimson one like that you have with the 50 or 90 weapons, whatever it is, I have the prototype pack and I have every single weapons pack. But they are new weapons, so that's the big thing. If you want new weapons, and Bobby even admitted that some of them aren't scaled properly. So yeah, they are going to be different. Yeah, well, Matthew, you're right. Hijacking, contributing to, what's the difference? But anyway, back to the back to that. Yeah, so that's Boss Fight Studios. This here, okay, so this is a Kickstarter. Finally got to see them in person. I really do like them. And unfortunately, this is God, I can't think of their name. Let's see if it's on the next one. No, follow them on Instagram. They're doing a Kickstarter, starting with these two figures. I know it's Chad, Articulated Chad. Recently had him on, and I was really hoping this guy was going to be there because I wanted to talk to him about the ankle pivots. Because when he was on with Chad, they said, well, I was trying to do something better. Does anyone else want ankle rockers? And I was the only person that said yes. I don't really want ankle rockers. I wanted to explain, I want the ankles to be able to pivot on O-ring figures. Because then you can get them in better positions where they'll actually stand up. Because anyone that's messed around with O-rings know a lot of times you need the stands. But I thought these looked really cool. If Chad is still here or anyone, if they remember the name of the company, give them a shout out, like Ezekiel Toys or something like that. And they're being made by, God, I forget what boot this was. Listen, I'm new to this still, so I don't write notes down. Eventually, I'll get to the point where, if I went there for 3 days, I could spend a whole day doing stuff, and then 2 days shooting the shit with friends and stuff. But these ones, these are not their line. This is someone else. I really, really like these. These two figures looked absolutely awesome. They were just really cool. It's like they would fit in your Cobras so perfectly. So there are some nice O-ring. I still think that there aren't that many people that are into. Is it NECA Toys? I think maybe this is NECA, but these over here are owned by someone else, but they're doing. I don't know. I can't fully understand it. Maybe I'll have the guy on one day, discuss things with them. We know Chris got his name in there. Hard to not say you're a shill if you get your name in there. I really do like the full force stuff, no doubt about it. But he did get his name. So anyway, if you like the O-ring stuff, there is some nice O-ring stuff coming, or 4-inch figures, and they just come bagged. I don't think there's going to be anything for them. So yeah, so actions, yeah, exactly. Like it's. I mean, I do this stuff all the time when I'm doing my show. Like, I totally forget to do stuff. And I'm sure people are watching going, dude, like, I'm tuning in to find stuff out, and you're totally forgetting stuff. But so here's the Savage Crucibles. I don't want to slur my words. I was told that I slur my words, and I need to have subtitles. Also, 53 people. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Especially if you like Action Force weapon stuff, because there's a whole bunch of them. So Savage Crucibles, they looked good, but they didn't look like toys. They looked like statues. At least that was the impression that I got, especially like this, like the He-Man guy. It looks more like a statue than anything. where, like I said, I looked at the Eden's edibles, or what is it? The Garden of Eden, and those edibles. I thought they just stood out. So this figure looks really good. Again, but he looks like a statue more than anything. But again, it may just be the paint that's on it. I will be interested. Like I said, I did back one of them. So I'm definitely going to be interested to see once they come in here. Wow, look at that, man. I need weapons box Delta. Really? They canceled all that stuff for you? Wow. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'm kind of scared to order stuff from them. And so again, another shot. It's not that they don't look bad. That I don't know. They don't. They really don't do it for me. Like the why can't I remember the name? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Now this was really cool. I like this. So the backdrop was actually like it was constantly changing. So it was, I don't know, like a digital picture or whatever, and it just constantly changed over and over and over. It's not the actual color; it was just constantly changing, and it looked really cool. So, but again, everything there looked really nice. But here's all the different weapons. They were actually really nice. Like they gave like if someone asked for something, like or they asked about something, they were pretty cool. Like they would, yeah, they tell you, why don't you take this? At least I saw them do it to someone. Here's the middle finger. But again, I just kind of look at them and I don't know, like there was something about them that didn't grab me the same way that so many of the other figures did. And I was shocked because I really like everything that I saw on the Kickstarter. I mean, so much, so much so that I backed it a little bit. So, I don't remember what this was. The Grand House Toys. I don't know why I took a picture of this. Oh, not long. Anyway, there's 5 4-inch figures. Let's see here. The Fire and Ice doesn't look anything like Mezco has produced. I have to go through all that. Fresh Monkey Fiction. Wow. Man, I'm going to just say this. These things looked awesome. So, and obviously not this. Hey, listen. Does anyone else have Photo Bucket? I haven't used my Photo Bucket in forever. I'm sorry. But I had some old memes that I had made before, right? So they told me they were going to deactivate it if I didn't log in. I haven't logged in. It's been like 3 months. And every couple of days they send me a message to tell me that my Photo Bucket has been deactivated. Log in if I want to reactivate it. Listen, dude, I want it deactivated. I just want you to stop. So anyway, Fresh Monkey Fiction. So cool. So if you like, their naughty and nice stuff, here's a look at it. You got Krampus and all kinds of different things here. Let's say Matthew says my Photo Bucket is deactivated. They keep wanting to charge me. I never bought it. No, like I haven't used it in years either. I forgot, but they told me they were going to deactivate it if I didn't log in. I'm like, that's fine, just deactivate it. And again, I just got hit again. I'm like, oh my god. Thank you. EasyKill9 is a starter kit. Yeah, and Zika Toys. That's what it is. Thank you very much, Rachel. Yes. Easy Kill were those 3 O-rings, and Zika Toys is the one. Thank you very much, Rachel. I like when people can be helpful I'm glad she could, like the rest of you jerks. You guys don't do anything for me except for make fun of me, Tony. All right, so a few more non-painted figures. I didn't understand this here. You know, I don't know what these are. These Voyagers. I just took a picture of them. They don't look bad, but nothing that I'm too interested in. Spark. Again, I can't wait to see how these are painted. These things look so good, though. Like everything that I saw from Fresh Monkey Fiction, which obviously they're not new, they've been around for quite some time. They just look sharp. You're just looking at it like this is a line that I could definitely be into it. Man, Lawrence Strong with Romo hate. He was mean to me today. He was mean to me. So here's all some of the painted ones, and look at this. Like, this is perfect for Dr. Mindbender. Let's say you don't want this. This thing is perfect for Dr. Mindbender. Better than the NECA one that's out there. I saw this and I'm like, man, oh man, like this. I mean, these things are just going to fit in there. And yes, before someone, Ryan or Anthony, says, oh, look at that. We have 2 weapons by Gridiron. I got it. I saw it. But these things look sharp, man. Like, so sharp. Again, I need a bigger house and a bigger paycheck because YouTube doesn't pay shit. And here's this like space minigun with this big giant ape. Again, man, I don't know what the Monster Force is just so awesome. I got everyone going off on the photo bucket. I listen. The photo bucket just it came because they just sent me an email and I looked at it. I'm like, God, will you just stop sending me? I don't want to activate it anymore. Obviously. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much. Ryan, let me know those are Gridiron guns. Oh man. You know what? If you cannot take criticism and jokes and the ribbing and you're on YouTube, then you need to get off, just so you guys know that. All right. You put your face out there, you better be willing to take the ribbing. And when you call a vector a scar for 2 videos, and there's a third one coming, even though you know what it is. Oh, and hey, look, Rachel, look, it says Zika in the back. Sorry. It says Zika right there in the back. Thank you, Rachel. I'm so glad she was helpful. But if you can't take ribbing, man, you need to be off this platform. All right. So here's some more that are unpainted. I'm guessing Bobby B probably isn't in the chat anymore because I think he's all on board with these. I mean, I'm just telling you, man, like they look so good, and these aren't even the painted ones, man. Yes, thank you, Matthew. Thank you. This is why you're my moderator, so you can fill me in on certain things like that. Let's see. With so much stuff coming out and price hikes, I've cut my lines down to G.I. Joe, Valaverse, and a bit of WWF Classics, Ultimate Warrior, forever. Buff, I'm with you. I've said, like, Hasbro's pretty much said you can buy classified, and I'm going to let you also buy the Gargoyles. I was really into the Valaverse because I needed figures to go with, classified. But now with so much classified, I don't need fillers anymore. Yeah, but no, I'm with you with the price hikes, but with so much stuff coming, and it's how you pick up one and then you're like, oof, But luckily for me, maybe unluckily, I am not in a relationship, so I don't have to justify I just have to make sure my kids are taken care of, and they are. My house is paid for. You know how it goes. But yes, there are some things that I just believe me. Hasbro's gonna hit me all at once. I'm gonna be like, you mother. Anyway. So just so you understand, I went up the case and I moved over and then I went down the case. And again, I didn't want to put this in a slideshow. I just found out this works pretty good for me. Again, I don't understand what the Voyagers are. Maybe someone is interested in them, but they're there if you want them. I thought the zombified dude is really cool in the spacesuit. So once again, like there are so many sharp figures and different companies out there that are making good figures. I think it's good because I think it pushes some of the smaller companies, I'm saying some of the bigger companies like Hasbro, to hopefully make good product, because eventually you make crap product. Like if you kept giving me what you were giving me in that the Falcon line, you got me thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't want to spend my money here. All right. So here's a toy collector. Here's all the figures, and since they were prominent on Toy Collector, they wanted to show it off. And again, I don't know. If someone is all in on this line, I'm sure not going to tell them they're wrong, because I think they look sharp. And hopefully they size well with G.I. Joe. Maybe this will be part of my Serpentor group. Dr. Mindbender, experimenting on people. Who knows? Who's even more? A lot of these figures we've already seen the prototypes, but a lot of stuff, just seeing the stuff in person is just so, it's so different. This kind of looks like a zombified rock and roll, maybe, right here. So, now here you have a total command crew. Like this would basically be like the guys telling the Joes what they're gonna do, and they're like, you know what? Screw you guys. Ryan says quickly, with all the smaller companies, we are seeing some great lines and figures to cry about. Pre-orders we will place. Yes. Oh man. And there are so many, like, again, people go to Target and Walmart and people that aren't toy collectors. And that's why I say I believe a lot of G.I. Joe, a lot of G.I. Joe fans are just that, G.I. Joe collectors. They're not toy collectors. They want to buy G.I. Joe. They find G.I. Joe and they're mad, like when they see, 5 points of articulation, reaction figures, or they see, classified and not realizing like there's a whole mess of toys. Like, it is an actual industry for adults. There's some of the 4-inch figures. I gotta say, I love the Eagle Force. I don't have any, but I remember the Eagle Force as a kid growing up. They were like little 3-inch figures, 3-inch like metal figures, maybe 2-inch. They were so cool. But when you look at a lot of these, the Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff, you clearly can see where they take inspiration from. Like, I do believe that, Matthew, we did this video, or talked about the movie of this guy right here in the middle. It looks like Randy Savage over here on the end here. So they do some really cool stuff. Again, if you like the 4-inch stuff, I know Chad is really, really into it. Is that Black Dynamite? Is that now? Is that Black Dynamite, or are you saying Dolomite? Because that is not Dolomite, the Human Tornado. Dolomite. Or is that another movie that we're talking about? So here's some of the other figures. Again, these are all the 4-inch figures. You got Mario and Luigi in the back. So, I mean, again, they they do some really nice stuff, man. I gotta give them credit for that. This here, you got Clutch in the background. I think I'm almost done, guys. It's been a long ass night. I didn't know I was gonna make it this long, but damn it. Michael J. White, really? Huh. Oops, that's wrong. Why did the Marauders have them in KY? I mean, were they gonna slide them in somewhere? Anyway. Who buys this over here? Articulated Chad and everyone else that likes 1/18 scale stuff. They might not buy all those. Listen, the there's still a lot of 1/18 scale fans that people may not realize. Okay, Black Dynamite was with Michael J. White and Dolomite. I know Dolomite, man. I know Rudy Ray Moore, man. Human Tornado, Dolomite. Dude jumps off butt naked down this off the road, went down this embankment trying to get away from someone, and he says, "You don't think I did this shit?" And it goes, and it backs up, and they show him shoot off. Listen, dude. I know. I just went off. Just went off on a tangent. If you don't know who Dolomite is, you don't know the Human Tornado, then you don't know what I'm talking about. So here's some more Swordswork Warriors. These are the next ones that are going to come out. Again, I do like these. I do like these. I will definitely going to try and keep up with them. You know, there's not too many of them, but again, money is getting kind of thin. And until YouTube starts paying a little bit more, who knows? You know, I think I'll let you guys know when I finally make my money back on a product that I actually purchased. Falcon's close to it. I'll give you that. So again, here, you know, they're not painted. I'm surprised they're not painted yet because they showed digital renders. So I would have thought they would have had some painted renders already, the Paint Masters. Oh man. So I think it's funny when someone does like a 3-hour stream, and they almost always certainly point to me and they're like, dude, how do you do it? Man, I don't know. I just keep going. So here's the female Swordswork Warrior. Again, I know we've seen either a digital render. I thought we had actually seen the painted, the paint master of it. Hey, Roman, stop looking. I love when I say that, he just puts his head down like. So anyway, this Swordswork Warriors. I know most of you aren't too interested. I saw how many people watched my video. But they're really cool. Again, the Epic Hacks. I guess another picture. I came back around. That's why you're kind of seeing these here. I did. This one looks really sweet. Just pointing. It's very, very scary. I guess that's the best way to put it. All right, so that's Valaverse. I think this is this is almost the end. Then we get to all the people that we met. They put on a really nice booth. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Now, I was confused at first. So I did see they have this bone collector sitting in a chair. Didn't Gridiron just put out a chair with a bunch of molded guns in it? Not crazy, right? Like, these two just fighting to fight for, I don't know. Anyway, really nice diorama. There's no doubt about it. I thought everything looked really nice. Again, I thought Pandora was bad, but here she is on the good guy side. So I'm a little confused on that. Oh yeah, so they did make a gun throne, and then Valaverse has one, and it's all their weapons. So I don't know. I know they're petty against each other. But this is just his display that he did. You can see the truck. I gotta say, the truck looks really good in person. Although it is a little bit bigger. Now, here's all the new. So this is the new card backs that it's going to come with. It looks like they're. I think he's going to be doing away with the boxes. So that will probably is one of the reasons why he cut down the $2 off the figures. So the big difference is you can buy the gridiron one now. Okay. That's the big difference. It says the valet chair. I asked if it was going to come out. He said no, just a diorama. Yeah, I think he's used that before, to be honest. So, let's see. Those towers instructions from Z-Bob Toys. I reviewed one from the stone backdrops are from Liberty Customs. Oh, that's interesting. So you're saying, okay. There's a lot of. I tell you what, you go on BBTS and you start looking at some of those dioramas, and it's wonderful. So here's the glow in the dark Swarm Trooper. It uses the same head that this one comes with, and I just want it. I want the glow in the dark one. All right, I'm just asking. I just want the glow in the dark. Behind it, you can see the screaming condor. You can see the two ghillie suits. So all in all, looks pretty. Everything looked really nice. The display was really nice. So I don't think pictures really do the truck a lot of justice. I think seeing it in person, but again, it is scaled a little bit bigger. But yeah, I love the blast effects. They look so good. Just the way the missiles are coming out. But yeah, and here it is with the gun turret on it. I like them both, but again, like that's going to be your biggest issue if you're going to have to buy that. That's me stuttering because I've been on for 2 hours and 50 minutes. I like them both. It's going to be expensive if you want to have, if you're going to want to have one of each all the time. If you're doing a lot of pictures and you're swapping things out, but with the amount of vehicles that we're going to get in 6-inch, I don't know where everyone's going to put them. I know I'm going to put all my stuff. Again, I keep telling you guys my house isn't that big, and Greg keeps bringing stuff over for me, and then I got all these other people, Hasbro making stuff, and yeah, it's crazy. So this is a shot that I reached over. It's hard for me to reach that high. We can kind of get a better picture of it. And again, I love the way the blast effects are, that they're not all shooting at the exact same length. They did the same thing with the scrap iron. So the machine gun looks good. And at first I was like, oh man, they're both firing at the same time. But in actuality, that's how they would fire. They would be firing at the exact same time. So first impression, I was like kind of stupid that they're firing at the same time. But then I looked at it and was like, oh, well, that actually makes sense. Again, a better picture of the glow-in-the-dark swarm figure that I have to have. I didn't even notice that they had Snake Eyes, the Snake Eyes head sculpts at the bottom along with the masks. You guys are so mean. What is with the white Supreme Peacock? That is the Snow Ghillie suit. Carrying cruisers come with turrets and missile launchers for when Pandora gets cut off and they're throwing drop off lines at the kids. That's what the bloody Pandora is for. Maybe no one will never wear them, but I guarantee you people are going to buy them. Listen, I'm with you. Listen, I don't really care for the ghillie suit. Just, I don't care for the gridiron one. I don't care for these ones. I don't think either look really good. I think it's really hard to make a ghillie suit in this, in the scale because of what a ghillie suit actually is. But people like them, and if you can get good pictures, and my thing is, if Matthew is telling me he can't really get good pictures, and you've seen his stuff, wow, that makes you wonder. All right. We're coming to a close, guys. I think. So there's the ghillie suit. I don't think it looks bad, but it doesn't look great either. But I think it's the best you could probably do. I'm still a little hesitant on the snow troopers. I don't really like the minty green with the white. I'm kind of a sucker for their steel brigades because I just think they look really nice. I do think they look better than the steel core figures that Hasbro has, but to each their own. All right. So people I met. So Casey from Podcast from the Pit, right? I know I said it earlier. He actually noticed me right away. Not right away, but when we were there. So it was great to meet him. I'm gonna have him on one day. I know he was on Chad's not that long ago. It was really that's okay. Toy Habit said someone was wearing our shirt in one of your pictures. I didn't realize he was wearing one of the Toy Habit shirts. He blames me for getting himself. He blames me for getting him into the Masters of the Universe Origins. No, people don't believe that I'm as short as I say I am, but I am really that damn short. I am not 4'11". I will fight you on that one. 4'11" is Ed's ex-wife. I did find out that Ted from Hella Dope is not only short, but also he's the white one, not the black one. I assumed he was the black one. And that's a running joke if you don't know. You don't know because you weren't there. There's Ted. I got to meet Ted. I hung out with them a lot for one day. Again, I really wish I could have been there for. I didn't stand next to Bobby. Bobby's taller than you think he is. He's pretty skinny, and he seems pretty tall. I mean, everyone's tall to me, but he seemed, when I saw him walking around, much taller. Yeah, so I'm not even close to being as tall as Bobby Vela. Oz with his glowing green babushka or headband, whatever you want to call it. He was fun. It was so fun to meet him. He was the one that was pushing for me to come down. This one I had to do because look at this. This is Wolverine, the whole Michigan team in Columbus. Fuck you, Columbus. Yeah. If he's 5'11", that's pretty tall. I mean, in my opinion, you're close to 6 foot. I didn't think Bobby was shorter than what he was, but when I saw him walking around, yeah, he's much taller. Especially when you saw him in laser pants. Yep, look at that. See? Ryan says, "Suck it, Buckeyes." That's the whole reason why I took this damn picture. Because it's Wolverine in Michigan colors. Then I ran into Justice Curry. If you guys know Justice, he actually knows Sergeant Red's shirt. I talked to him for a little bit. If you don't know who Justice Curry is, I don't know how you're really in the toy community. That guy is everywhere, man. And he sells so much stuff. But yeah, it was fun talking to him, just chit-chatting with him a little bit, especially because he's from Michigan, although he's on the west side. So this is the guy from the Four Horsemen. He recognized the shirt right away. Asked me if I was with Sergeant Reds and if John, the owner of Sergeant Reds, was there. He kind of threw the shirt at me. He's like, wear this to show. Am I taller? Hey, Punk, are you a troll or a Youper? I'm neither. Because Youpers are from up north. We're from the UP. This is Action Figs. If you don't know what he looks like, I'm okay putting him out there because he does his own live stream, which I do believe is tomorrow now, right? Tales from the Crick. Him and I hung out a whole bunch of time. Seriously, him and I talked so much. Again, I wish I could have hung out there for 3 days for these guys. With these guys, it was just so much fun, man. It's one thing to make friends on YouTube and on the internet, but to actually meet people in real life and realize they're all pretty good people. Travis, again, we've seen Travis on every single live stream, but to actually meet him in person and just hang out with him, a lot of fun. Aaron from Hella Dope Toys. Unfortunately, he's an Ohio State fan. But I think him and I were the only people that knew anything about sports as we were walking through there. So this guy was right across. And I don't know who he is. He was across from Travis's booth, and I noticed this. So I had to take a picture and send it over to Thanos Copter. If you're not following Thanos Copter on Instagram, you need to. And understand that Fisto does some really, really dirty things. Sometimes the Evil Lynn, sometimes the Tila. So I saw this. I had to take the shot and shoot it over to him. Mega J and Travis. Mega J, he is a really nice guy. Again, it's weird. You meet these guys. Do not bring him a Pepsi. I guess I don't remember. I'm not saying we didn't do it. He said we bet on the Cat Slayer. He said you owe me a Coke. I went and got a Pepsi because that's all they had there. And he's like, dude, I hate Pepsi. So he gave it to his brother with the big arms. So afterwards, in the place, the four of us, we were waiting. None of them came to eat pizza with us. We went, and there was another convention going on, and there was another convention going on for anime. And let's just say this: we were by far the least nerdy people there. And not even close. But we sat here and we talked wrestling for probably about an hour and a half. And I want to say, if you guys are listening, Aaron, Ted, Travis, you guys weren't fucking kidding when you said it's going to take you 15 minutes to get to your fucking car from here. Because I didn't remember the walk being that long, but it was a long ass walk back from the hotel bar. It was anime and furries. Dude, it was wow. It was interesting in that bar. That's all that I know. And then I took this picture with this Red Hood guy just because my son loves Red Hood. So I took a picture of him, and I didn't realize the guy behind me does not seem to care for me too much. Fuck you, whoever you are. Anyway, that's it. That was PowerCon. I know none of you guys probably cared about the probably didn't care about the pictures and the people that we met, but we had so much fun. Like, and Travis, I just got to get around to doing the picture, and then when I do the picture, I will tag you and someone else in it. It was so much fun. I hope, because I think it's right around move-in week for college. So my son will be going to college next year. Hopefully it doesn't. I would love to just have 3 days, do a 3-day trip there. It's 4 hours away, and get more people to show up. Like it's just, you meet some of these people. I really do want to do Joe Fest next year. Because we're more Joe fans. But the thing about PowerCon, and I have to say, and I didn't go to Joe Fest, it was not as busy as I thought it was going to be. It was not as busy as I thought it was going to be. Hold on, Ryan Sweeney. I love Woody. You sure it was another convention and not just people from Ohio? No, the people there, they don't want to be associated with Ohioans. Yes, the Joe Fistel convention is in Vegas. Hey, listen, I'm not going there. But no, it was, first off, it's smaller than Motor City Comic Con, which is the biggest convention in Michigan. So it's smaller than that. Wasn't nearly as packed. But also, like, it was cheaper. It was only $37 for the 1 day, from 10 to 6. But you're in downtown Columbus. It felt dirty just driving through that shithole. Sorry, Aaron. Love you, but yeah. And it was fun. Like Mega J, he comes in from Canada, and he's like, man, I don't know, like those people at Walmart are like the nicest people in the world. I'm like, the fuck? I can't even find someone in Walmart when I want to find someone, let alone find someone that's nice. He's like, the people that work at McDonald's are so nice. I'm like, what the fuck, man? They know you're Canadian and they gotta be nice. Like, but it was just a blast, man. Like, again, like, I saw all the Joe Fast stuff, all the people that were meeting each other and hanging out, and it's these people you get to know from Instagram and YouTube, and it's like, I'd love to just go there and just have a blast and get to meet them, see if you actually like people in real life. And this was the best thing. 4-hour drive there, boom, I'm there, and it was totally impromptu. Coming back from Florida, I had a little bit more money than I thought. Not to mention, I knew exactly how much. How many miles per gallon I was getting, if it was going to take me too much too many tanks of gas to drive there. It's like a tank and a half of gas, but more than anything, just I spent more money than I wanted to. But just getting to hang out with everyone, man, it was so much fun. Yeah. That was the first message I get from Punk on Saturday. I hate this fucking town. Dude, I was so fucking pissed, man. Like, Waze took me the wrong way. Where my old GPS that's in my car, the maps haven't been updated. I still had it up, but I followed Waze when I got in, and I shouldn't have. And through the main street of it, they're doing construction, and it took me to the other side of it. So then I change everything, figure out, oh, I got to be on that side. I can't go through it. I kept getting stuck in this damn construction. I finally make it there. So yeah, I was pissed. And then afterwards, we go out, they all went out to eat, but they were going back to the hotel room. It ended at 6. They were meeting at 8. Travis, Ted, Aaron, and myself, we went to the hotel bar. I'm like, well, I'm going to go meet them. I had a blast hanging out with them, but I also wanted to, talk to the other guys. So I go down there. I get in. Aaron says, hey, just turn out here, turn right, and just follow it. About 3 miles down, you'll see it. So I'm following it, and we're driving super slow. We're driving through the town, right? The city, it's Saturday night. Driving, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm not getting anywhere. I'm getting so aggravated. I'm watching the GPS tick up. And then I see it. It's one of those stupid fucking drunk pedal buses that's pedaling at 3 miles per hour, and we're all stuck behind it because you can't go around because it's just a 2-lane road. And I was behind him for a mile. And every light you catch, every single light you catch. I'm like, my God. And as soon as they got off and I don't know, probably got drunk and fell down or whatever, I was actually able to meet them there. So, whew, all right. Well, I made it over 3 hours. Every time I think that I'm not going to be able to do a 3-hour show, I'm like, it was easy. Anyway, I am going to get out of here. Thank you, everyone, for listening to my rants about this or that or whatever the hell I'm bullshitting about. I want to say thank you to Ed, Aaron, Ted, Travis, Casey, Oz, who didn't even fucking show up today. Where the fuck are you at, Oz? And Emerald Knight, Mega J, again, everyone else. It was just so much fun. Yes, and Action says, yeah, you know what? Hit the like button. Again, I had a blast, dude. I hope next year, obviously, I hope the same people are there. I hope I can go. I hope a few more people can, kind of arrange it. I have a feeling it might be cheaper than what Joe Fest is, but I would love to do Joe Fest also, because obviously become a G.I. Joe channel and look around me. I'm surrounded by G.I. Joe. But then I got Motu. I just love that the biggest Joe convention, Joe Fest, Hasbro doesn't want to go. And the biggest Motu convention, PowerCon, Mattel doesn't want to go. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing us what you are. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thursday night, Thursday with a friend, Digital Diarrhea. Him and I are going to be talking. Tune in. I think it's 10 o'clock still. Might be 9 o'clock. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start doing it at 9 o'clock, but I still got to figure that out later. So anyway, thank you, everyone. So much fun. So I'll be there next year. It was $60 for the weekend pre-sale tickets. Yeah. And then, again, you don't have to stay right there. You just, park a little bit further away. Get a hotel somewhere else. So anyway, thank you, everyone, for showing up, listening to me rant on. Thank you to all the channel members. Thank you to It's Chad for the super chat. Very, very appreciative. I appreciate all that stuff. You guys are wonderful. Have a wonderful night. And believe me, there's a lot of content that's about to come out. So take care, guys.